She stammered slightly. I suppose it's a decent foundation. Then she declared, if that's the case, I'll test you both myself, to see if you have what it takes to be my disciples. Lu Ruin's gaze swept over them. Who's first? Without a moment's hesitation, Ning Ruyun stepped forward. I will be. She gritted her teeth, a single thought burning in her mind. Let's see just how powerful you really are. That attitude was pure, unadulterated jealousy. Instantly, both of them channeled their spiritual energy, preparing for a blazing showdown. Meanwhile, Liu Hua was happily playing with a bug, completely oblivious to the bitter rivalry unfolding. Lu Ruin's eyes narrowed, signaling the start. Begin. Ning Ruyun drew her short sword, lunging at her opponent. But the Lu family's master easily read the blade's path and sidestepped with grace. A cold voice dripped with disdain. Too slow. Seizing the moment, Ruyun was off balance. Lu Ruin unleashed a palm strike that slammed squarely into her back. A smirk touched her lips. Too weak. The blow sent Ruyun coughing violently, and Qin Nan rushed forward to catch her. Lu Ruin's verdict was as sharp as ice. In short, you are not worthy. Wiping a smear of blood from her lips, Ning Ruyun accepted her loss. I have been defeated, but a fire ignited in her heart. One day, I will surpass you. The master's voice was cold once more. I know you're not convinced, but weakness is weakness. Liu Ruin continued. I have no interest in the weak. You should all leave. But just then, the team's unwitting savior appeared. Lu Hua, a young man whose innocence was a realm unto itself, happily presented a jug of wine. Ante, this Chinku wine is a gift for you. Please, accept the three of us as your disciples. Lu Ruin was taken aback, her eyes fixed on her nephew. His hands, still holding the wine jug, were slightly swollen from playing with insects. His innocent eyes and the sight of her favorite gift melted her icy heart. Very well. I will accept the three of you. Return here tomorrow to begin your training. The other two were utterly dumbfounded, unable to believe their ears. Liu Ruin took the wine and turned to leave, leaving our hero Qin Nan completely bewildered. He clapped Liu Hua on the shoulder in awe. You're incredible, my friend. I never knew you had a move like this up your sleeve. Ning Ruyin was just as shocked. How did I not notice you brought wine with you? Lu Hua just scratched his head and laughed sheepishly. Ha 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 ha! Auntie has always been good to me since I was little. I remember everything she likes. Qin Nan's face lit up. If that's the case, then everything is settled. Let's head back. The three departed in high spirits. In a quiet room, Liu Ruin savored the precious wine alone. She took a long drink and let out a sigh of relief, cradling her face. Her mood visibly improved. The first rice from the autumn harvest, combined with 8th-month osmanthus blossoms to brew this wine. Not only was the taste fragrant and sweet, but the aftertaste carried the faint scent of osmanth. It was truly worthy of the name Chinku wine, as clear and sweet as an autumn day. In another chamber of the martial manor, a middle-aged elder was focused on his writing. He looked up and asked, the trio of the evil saber monarch sent you three. Dao Lai cupped his hands. Yes. We hope you will join forces with us to deal with Qin Nan. The elder scoffed with disdain. My face. To deal with a mere boy like Qin Nan, you need my intervention. Dao Lai quickly explained. We heard that Qin Nan managed to kill Great Elder Zhao Tao, double quotes, ... a first-level Soul Division Realm Master of the Great Yan sect. He is not to be underestimated. The elder laughed in derision. But I heard that Zhao Tanchu was killed by his own sect master. What does that have to do with Qin Nan? Rumors like these get twisted. He's only at the 10th level of the Dao entry realm. How could he possibly kill someone in the Soul Division realm? This is nothing more than hearsay. The three of you are more than enough. If your spirit channeling realm cultivation isn't enough to kill him, ... then you have no right to call yourselves the evil monarch's subordinates. Seeing the elder's arrogant attitude, Dao Lai was infuriated. But he had to swallow his anger and reply, understood. After they left, Serpent D fumed. It seems he has no intention of helping us. Dunbo was unconcerned. If he won't help, I'll just handle him myself. Dalai, however, was lost in thought. Actually, he has a point. I also don't believe a mere kid like Qin Nan could kill a Soul Division realm expert. It must be just a rumor. With the three of us at the spirit channeling realm, killing Qin Nan will be incredibly easy. Serpent G's face beamed with confidence. With our power, killing 10 Qin Nans would be a piece of cake. Dunbo raised his axe in excitement. Only one word matters. Kill. This fat oaf always had a way of embarrassing his teammates. The scene shifts back to the Liu estate. Qin Nan was speaking to Ruyun. Master Liu said we can stay here for the time being. You should get some rest. Ruyun asked. Are you preparing to go out? He nodded. Yes, I have to meet someone. His destination this time was the imperial palace of the Great Zhou nation. Inside the grand hall, Wang Zhu and other alchemists were immersed in concocting pills. Wang Zhu sensed his presence. Without opening his eyes, he asked, You've arrived? Qin Nan smiled. This place of yours is quite impressive, he replied. Refining the longevity pill is naturally a complex affair. Qin Nan got straight to the point. So, you're saying you can teach me how to make it? He calmly replied. Don't be hasty. Let me show you around the back first. Wang Zhu led Qin Nan to a room where countless people were diligently brewing medicines. Qin Nan was puzzled. Who are they? A wicked smile spread across his face. Them. They are merely the princes and princesses of the Great Zhou. Qin Nan was stunned. What? Princes and princesses. He confirmed it without a flicker of emotion. That's right. The Emperor of Granzhou declared that whoever refines the most longevity pills will receive the greatest rewards and stand a better chance of becoming the crown prince. Qin Nan's rage exploded. So, they're all just desperately fighting for your scraps. He roared. You're manipulating this entire imperial palace. What in the heavens is your true goal? Are you trying to usurp the throne? Wang Zhu remained unerringly calm. You underestimate me. Being an emperor means nothing. The only thing I've strived for my entire life is to achieve immortality. A chill ran down Qin Nan's spine. So that means even you don't know how to create the true longevity pill, do you? He burst into loud laughter. Forget creating it. No one on this entire continent has the complete formula for the longevity pill. If no one in the world can refine it, how could I possibly be the exception? But I suppose there's no harm in telling you. I stumbled upon a fragment of the longevity pill's recipe inside a spiritual ruin. Although these few clues are not enough to refine the pill itself. Double quotes, ... I have been able to create many other elixirs that can extend one's lifespan. Qin Nan thought to himself, to create elixirs from just a fragment of a formula. Such extraordinary talent. Qin Nan challenged him directly. You claim you want to refine the elixir of immortality. You could have traveled the world, searching for the missing fragments of the recipe. So, why did you seize control of the Zhou nation? Do you have any idea that because of you, the emperor is a mere puppet, and the entire nation suffers? But Wang Zhu remained completely unfazed by his fury. Come now, let me show you something far more interesting. He led Qin Nan to a colossal gate, carved with 2 golden lions. Qin Nan was instantly on guard. What is this place? He could feel an overwhelming, malevolent aura radiating from within. Wang Zhu didn't answer, instead biting his own finger and smearing his blood onto the stone lion's eye. Instantly, its eyes blazed a terrifying crimson. A formation circle erupted under their feet, pulling them both inside as Wang Zhu simply said, Let's go. Qin Nan remained on high alert. Let's see just what kind of twisted game you're playing. But the place Wang Zhu brought him to was a living nightmare, a hellscape drenched in blood. And their countless children were locked inside crude iron cages. Pure horror washed over Qin Nan as he drew his sword, its tip aimed straight at Wang Shu's throat. You beast. What did you do to them? Wang Zhu just smirked. I suppose telling you now won't hurt. I discovered a forbidden method. By harvesting the life essence of 10,000 young boys and girls, one can refine the true elixir of immortality. He threw his arms to the sky, roaring in madness. With it, I will live forever and enjoy endless riches. Wang Zu turned, pointing a finger at him. The moment I saw you, Qin Nan, I knew. Your innate talent for alchemy far surpasses any of my other disciples. If we join forces, we can refine the elixir of immortality in no time and achieve true eternal life together. Just agree to work with me. Not only will you gain immortality, but after I have the entire Daejo nation in my grasp, I will give you half of the empire. What do you say? Qin Nan roared, his voice filled with contempt. Absolutely laughable. He thrust his blade forward. The only true path to longevity is through diligent cultivation. That is how one can extend their lifespan and approach immortality. Your method is nothing but an abomination, a mountain built on sin. He gritted his teeth. This man is completely insane. I have to find a way to save these kids. Wang Shu's laugh was ice. If you refuse to share my ambition, and now that you know my greatest secret, then I simply cannot allow you to live. He shot into the air, unleashing his demonic spiritual power. A ghastly purple aura enveloped him. From the ground below, hundreds of corpses clawed their way out, their eyes glowing red as they screamed without restraint. Qin Nan calmly channeled his own spiritual energy into his blade. He vaulted into the air and unleashed a single technique, the ephemeral sword art, and the demonic soldiers were instantly cut to ribbons. But Wang Zu remained utterly confident. He gave a chilling warning. For every one of my demonic soldiers you strike down, it will absorb the life force from these children to regenerate itself. If you don't want to watch these brats wither away and die, I suggest you surrender now. Cease your resistance! Qin Nan's heart stopped. What did you say? He glanced back and saw the innocent children in the cages visibly weakening, their life force being drained away. Were their lives being stolen by these demonic soldiers? Moments later, the corpses rose again, even more frenzied than before. They cackled madly, throwing themselves at him like moths to a flame. Qin Nan cursed through his teeth. Damn ya! He was now trapped in an impossible dilemma. What was he supposed to do? If he didn't kill the demonic soldiers, he couldn't protect himself, let alone rescue the children. Wang Zu watched his struggle with a look of pure satisfaction. In a flash, Qin Nan summoned the phantom of the Asura. To defeat an army, you must first slay its general. If I can't kill your puppets, then I'll just have to kill you. Using the heaven-stealing steps, he lunged forward with a mighty roar. Take this! Wang Zu watched the attack approach, making no move to defend himself. A mere 10th stage, entry-realm cultivator, dares to challenge me head-on. You truly have some courage. Before the blade could even connect, Wang Zu lashed out with a single kick, striking Qin Nan in the stomach and sending him flying backward. The poor hero was sent rocketing by that powerful kick, crashing into the ground with enough force to create a deep crater. He was heavily injured, needing his sword just to push himself to his feet. This man's cultivation. It's no lower than Great Elder Zhao Tanchu's, and I already returned the flowing flame sword and armor to the sect master. With my current cultivation level, facing him is nearly impossible. Before he could recover, the demonic soldiers had already surrounded him. Qin Nan felt a surge of helplessness. Damn it! Seeing the terrified, crying children, his heart ached with guilt. Is there really no other way? Just as despair set in, the ancestor's voice echoed in his mind. Qin Nan, you must leave this place for now. This is a pocket dimension of his own creation. You cannot win here. Retreat, and we can plan their rescue from the outside. Besides, the time is not yet ripe for his ritual. He will not kill these children yet. Qin Nan reluctantly had to agree. I suppose that's the only option. He swung his sword, unleashing the ephemeral blood art, and tore a rift in the very fabric of Wang Shu's dimension. He leaped through the opening in an instant, escaping before the stunned zombies could even react. Wang Zu was too late to pursue, and could only fume in anger. Biha, if I cannot use you, Qin Nan, then the only path left for you is death. Having escaped, Qin Nan returned to the Liu residence to heal. He quickly consumed a pill to restore his spiritual energy. He asked the ancestor in desperation, "Wang Shu's cultivation is far too high. How can I possibly save those children?" The ancestor replied, "There is only one path forward. You must cultivate diligently. However, if you had elixirs to enhance your bloodline, your progress would be significantly faster." Qin Nan began to strategize. Refining pills required many rare and precious herbs. There were two ways to obtain them. Purchase them in the city, or venture deep into the forests to find them. The first option costs money, while the second costs time. Suddenly, he remembered the only clue he had about his bloodline from the scroll of the heavenly Tao, a location 500 miles east of the Dazhou nation. The ancestor analyzed the situation. Seeking medicinal herbs for alchemy does not prevent you from traveling 500 miles east to investigate your bloodline. First, find herbs to raise your cultivation level, then seek out your bloodline. Understood. The Master continued. However, if many powerful experts are also fighting for this bloodline, can you truly seize it with your current strength? Hearing this analysis, Qin Nan's eyes lit up with understanding. Then, it's settled. I'll prepare to begin refining pills. But first, I need to earn money to buy the ingredients. A short while later, Qin Nan went to find Liu Bakun. He asked, "Mr. Liu, could you tell me, what are the ways to earn money in the Dazhou nation?" The old man chuckled. "Are you in need of coin? Just take what you need from me." Qin Nan smiled gratefully. "Thank you for the offer, Mr. Liu, but I would prefer to earn it through my own efforts." Liu Bakun thought for a moment. "There are many ways to earn a fortune, but the fastest is to enter the Dazhou nation's Grand Martial Arts Tournament. That is, if you are strong enough, you can make a fortune. But I must warn you, those competitions are filled with desperate souls. One wrong move, and your life is forfeit. You must be thoroughly prepared." Qin Nan cupped his hands, grateful for the advice. "Thank you, Mr. Liu." The next morning, the sun rose, brilliant and full of promise. Ning Ruyun arrived to knock on Qin Nan's door, calling from outside, "Qin Nan, Master Liu Ruin is starting our lessons today. Let's go a little early. Liu Hua and I are ready." Hearing her voice, our hero Qin Nan immediately opened the door with a smile. "I almost forgot all about that." He thought to himself, "I plan to explore the underground today, but I suppose tonight will do. It's not like Liu Ruin will teach all day long." And with that, the three of them set off for the great Zhou Martial mansion. For their first lesson, Qin Nan handed the stone boat's controlled token to one of the managers. The man's eyes went wide the moment he saw the symbol on it. What a formidable martial token! Very quickly, 3 stone boats were prepared. The manager said, "Honored guests, your stone boats are ready." Ning Ruyun stared at the stone boat, completely lost. "I don't know how to use this." But Qin Nan was full of confidence. "What's there to fear? Just get on and we'll figure it out." However, the moment his foot touched it, pure panic set in. Before he could do anything, the boat shot forward at an uncontrollable speed, ripping a scream from his lungs. With a tremendous crash, Ruyun and Liu Hua covered their eyes in terror, not daring to look. Our hero Qin Nan had slammed directly into a pillar, but luckily, the boat finally stopped. He quickly wiped the sweat from his brow. Ahem. My mistake. My mistake. After that comedic display, Qin Nan finally understood how it worked. It was actually simple. All he had to do was stand on it and control it with his thoughts. He demonstrated, gliding gracefully through the air. Seeing this, Ruyun and Liu Hua excitedly jumped onto their boats and followed him. Ha ha ha! This is so much fun. The three of them quickly arrived before Liu Ruin. Seeing them, she immediately took out 3 rings. "Each of you, take a ring. They contain a space of 10 miles within. Consider it a gift from me." The 3 thanked her in unison. Qin Nan thought, "This will be perfect for storing the stone boat." Liu Ruin then asked, "All right, among the three of you who has yet to reach the spirit-conveying realm? Qin Nan answered sheepishly, I am at the 10th level of Dao entry. Lu Hua also raised his hand innocently. Master, I am also at the 10th level of Dao entry. Only Ruyun had already reached the first level of the spirit-conveying realm. Hearing this, Lu Yirun immediately produced 2 medicinal pills. These are 2 key supplementing pills. After consuming them, you will be able to break through to the spirit-conveying realm. 2 hours later, Qin Nan was overjoyed. I've successfully broken through to the spirit-conveying realm. Lu Hua cheered as well. Me too. Lu Ruin smiled. Excellent. In that case, our training officially begins. Today, I will teach you how to wield the power of the 5 elements, a skill for those beyond the spirit-conveying realm. Ruyun's eyes lit up. The power of the 5 elements, their master explained. That's right. Every person's innate talent determines their elemental attribute. For example, my talent is the Great Marsh of 10,000 miles, which is a water attribute. Now, I shall examine your innate attributes. As she spoke, she placed a finger on Ruyun's forehead. A phantom image of a ferocious bear's head crackling with lightning appeared. Li Ruin said, the tyrannical sky thunder body. Not bad at all. Next up is Liu Hua. His phantom image was a majestic fire phoenix. The imperial flame is also quite impressive. Finally, it was our main character's turn. She smiled. Qin Nan, the story of you killing the great elder Zhao Tanchu has spread across the entire Great Zhou nation. I am very eager to see what kind of talent you truly possess. The phantom image that appeared was 5 dragons of 5 different colors, radiating immense majesty. Liu Ruin was stunned. Could it be ... A 5-element affinity. A 5-element affinity is exceedingly rare. Your talent is indeed worthy of your reputation. Qin Nan quickly waved his hands. Actually, I'm not that powerful. You shouldn't believe the rumors. Liu Ruin began her lesson. After a martial artist enters the spirit-conveying realm, ... they can completely merge with the 5 elements in their body. This means you can now all wield the power of your elemental attributes. Now, I will teach you how to sense the power of the 5 elements in the world. Sit cross-legged, focus your mind and calm your ki, and carefully sense the spiritual energy drifting between heaven and earth. Once your body can accurately sense it, you will have taken the first step to using spiritual energy. I must instruct you, Ning Ruyun and Lu Hua. ... You only need to sense your own thunder and fire attributes. As for Qin Nan, you must sense all 5 attributes: metal, wood, water, fire, and earth. Qin Nan felt a wave of dread wash over him. Just a moment later, Ruyun's eyes lit up. Master, I can feel it. She could already control crackling lightning in the palm of her hand. Liu Hua was just as overjoyed. Haha, Liu Ruin glanced over at our hero. And Qin Nan. At that moment, Qin Nan was straining with all his might. Sweat poured down his face. Seeing his struggle, Ruyun felt a pang of sympathy and thought. Sensing 5 types of attributes all at once. Asterisk ... must be incredibly difficult. You can do it, Qin Nan. A moment later, he spoke with embarrassment. I don't think I'm doing well. I can't feel the 5 attributes. I can only sense the fire attribute. Lu Ruin comforted him. Take it slow. Being able to sense even 1 attribute right now is an excellent start. He thought to himself, asterisk, could my method be wrong? Lu Ruin explained further. As you continuously practice sensing the elemental spiritual energy in the world, ... the spiritual energy in your body will become stronger. When it reaches a certain level, a phenomenon will appear that we call a gate. Passing this trial is like opening a door. If you achieve that, a new kind of power will awaken within your body. Realization dawned on Qin Nan. So that's it. I just broke through 2 gates. That means I've already reached the 2nd level of the fire gate. Lu Ruin turned to leave. All right. That's all for today's lesson. Return and practice diligently. Try to break through that gate by tomorrow. The three of them said in unison, "Thank you, Master." Back in his room, Qin Nan was still troubled. Asterisk. Could my method really be wrong? Why can't I sense the spiritual energy of the other four attributes? Just then, the old ancestor appeared once more. Your talent is different from that of ordinary people. Naturally, the way you sense spiritual energy cannot be the same. Qin Nan was overjoyed. Old ancestor, does that mean you have a method? The old ancestor was confident. Of course. Do you remember my promise? As long as you break through to the spirit-conveying realm. ... I would teach you the unification art. Qin Nan had nearly forgotten. He stammered, "Ahem. Of course, I remember." The old ancestor gave his descendant a look of utter contempt. With a memory like that, how could you ever hope to become a master of this entire continent? Realizing his mistake, Qin Nan quickly changed his tune. "Ah, wise ancestor, please, enlighten me," the ancestor explained. "The effect of the unity convergence art is to raise all your other elemental affinities to match the highest one in your body. For example, your strongest attribute, fire, has already broken through to the second gate. As long as you practice this art, your other four attributes will also reach the second gate." Qin Nan clapped his hands, his eyes blazing with excitement. "Whoa! So that means I don't need to focus on cultivating one type of attribute, right? This will save an incredible amount of time and effort. The result is truly divine." The ancestor advised, "Be diligent. Now, I will pass the unity convergence art to you." Qin Nan nodded. "Yes, Master." The ancestor began channeling spiritual power into his fingertip, and then a beam of light shot straight into the center of Qin Nan's forehead. Having received the profound technique, Qin Nan cultivated tirelessly until midnight before finally opening his eyes, filled with absolute joy. "This is incredible. All 5 of my attributes have risen to the second gate, and I can switch between them at will. That means I'm now 5 times stronger than before." He looked out the window as darkness began to fall. "I must go to the underground arena and see just how much my strength has truly grown." He raised his fist, brimming with determination. Time to earn money, refine pills, and get stronger. The scene shifts over to Dao Lai and Dunbao. While Dao Lai was still training diligently, Dunbao was already sprawled out, whining about his hunger. "Dao Lai, I've eaten all the food. I'm out of money too. Can you lend me some?" Dao Lai spread his empty hands. "I don't have much left either." Dunbao waved him off. All right. He stood up and slung his axe over his shoulder. "Guess I'll go to that place to earn some coin." Dao Lai knew he was going to stir up trouble and warned him, "Be careful." Dunbao flashed a confident thumbs up. "Don't worry, I'm not a fool." On his way, he was practically drooling as he imagined the feast ahead. "Once I get the money, I'll order 10 roast ducks for an appetizer, a roasted pig's head for the main course, and 5 pounds of chicken feet for a snack." Meanwhile, Qin Nan was wandering through the market with a headache. "If I could just refine a Wang-rank flame spirit pill, my fire attribute's spiritual power could break through to the third gate. At the very least, I need a flame spirit crystal worth 1,000 spirit stones, and I'll also need a minfu flower, which costs another 100 spirit stones. Add another 143 Huang-rank Fanpan herbs. That's 1,200 in total." He glanced at the pouch containing only 10 spirit stones and felt how far away his goal was. He spat out the blade of grass he was chewing in frustration. According to what Lu Bukun said, that fighting arena should be around here. But why can't I see the entrance? Suddenly, an old man approached him. "Young master, you seem to be looking for something?" he replied. "Indeed. Do you have any guidance for me, old sir?" The man grinned, showing his teeth. 1 spirit stone. Qin Nan cursed internally. This place is a total scam. I haven't even earned any money yet, and I'm already forced to spend it. Seeing his hesitation, the old man said, "I know what you're looking for, and I can tell you're a first-timer here. But I must tell you, this place is extremely special. If you don't have a guide, you will never find your way in." Seeing he had no other choice, Qin Nan grit his teeth and made a decision. "Fine, I'll pay," he thought to himself. I had 10 spirit stones in total. Now I'm down to just 9. The old man took the spirit stone, holding the sparkling crystal up to inspect it. He nodded. Ha ha! The color of this spirit stone isn't bad. Qin Nan was losing patience. Old man, just show me the way. Having received his payment, the man's attitude became much warmer. This way, young master. Good heavens. The man led him right to the front of a women's lavatory. Qin Nan was stunned. This is the entrance you were talking about. A public restroom. Hey! The old man chuckled. That's right. The entrance was built here to challenge one's courage. Only those who dare to enter can reach the place they seek. He threatened, if you're tricking me, you'll die a horrible death. The old man replied, with your current strength, you could kill me with a single finger. Why would I bring disaster upon myself? Qin Nan thought, he doesn't seem to be lying. But this is the women's restroom. How can I just barge in like this? At that very moment, Dunbo came stomping over. Out of the way. Everyone, get out of my way. Don't block my path. Without a shred of hesitation, he charged straight into the women's restroom. The girls inside shrieked, shameless! Pervert! The moment he stepped inside, he vanished. Qin Nan froze, a cold sweat breaking out on his brow. He actually went inside. The guide patted his shoulder. You can tell he's a regular here. He's long since become fixed. So, are you feeling more assured now, young master? Qin Nan figured he had to see it through. All right, I'll risk it. With that, the brazen young man charged straight in. Before he even got through the door, he was met with a sharp slap from a girl. Pervert. After that, he finally made it inside. The old guide stood outside, juggling the spirit stones in his hand with a sly grin. Another one looking for death. Qin Nan stepped into an empty room. All right, what's in here? It seemed the restroom outside was merely an illusion. A coward would definitely not dare to enter. I have to see what this place really is. Qin Nan walked straight ahead. An enormous arena appeared before his eyes, with the crowd below roaring wildly. A guard saw him and barked, Hey, what are you doing here? He replied, I'm here to compete in a martial match. The guard's face paled as he thought to himself, I fear another one is going to die today. He pointed towards a door. Enter through that way. As Qin Nan opened the door and walked in, the eyes of many people, men and women of all ages, fell upon him. Qin Nan was slightly shocked. So many people. He grew excited. Are they all here to fight for money? This underground arena is even more popular than I imagined. After entering the fighting area, Qin Nan went to look at a notice posted on the wall, which clearly stated the rules of the competition. A scholarly-looking young man asked the person standing next to him, Brother, I'm new here. May I ask what the rank divisions mean? The other person explained. It's quite simple. For example, if you choose to challenge the Black Iron rank, your opponent will be someone in the martial entry realm. If you choose the Bronze rank, your opponent will be at the first 5th layer of the Spirit Ascension realm. The other ranks are similar. The scholar smiled. Thank you for your help, brother. With that, he walked to the registration desk and placed a bag of money on it. Here are 60 spirit stones. I want to challenge the Bronze rank. The scar-faced man signaled to the person beside him. You, check his cultivation realm. The guard obeyed. Understood. He summoned a large spirit stone, then channeled his energy, guiding it toward the scholar's forehead. A line of text materialized on the stone. Spirit Transmission Realm, 3rd level, the guard reported. Boss, he qualifies. His leader nodded. All right. Let him in. The gate swung open automatically. The scholar thought to himself, if I win this match, I can finally buy a house and get married. Qin Nan watched him step inside. He mused, at my current cultivation level, I can only take on the Bronze Tier challenge, but the registration fee is 60 spirit stones, and I only have 9 left. Where was he going to get the money? Suddenly, Qin Nan's eyes landed on a shop. His face lit up. A pawn shop, right here. He began to search through his belongings. The 100 Refinements Cauldron. A high-grade dagger. Spirit stones. The stone boat. It seemed these were his only valuable assets. He decided to take out the dagger he got from Luo Ji, a supreme-grade weapon he'd found in the spirit realm. He placed it on the counter. "Excuse me, how much can I get for this?" The old shopkeeper glanced at it. 100 spirit stones. Qin Nan immediately protested. "Are you serious? This is a supreme-grade weapon. It should be worth at least 200. You're trying to lowball me by half. No deal." The old man shrugged. "I see it's your first time here, so I'll give you a little discount. 110 spirit stones." But Qin Nan was resolute. 200 is the price. The owner's temper flared. "Damn it, why won't this brat play by the script?" He slammed the table, giving his final offer. 150. "That's the absolute most." Qin Nan didn't back down an inch, shouting, 250, and if you haggle again, I'll raise it. I'll raise it to 300. The two went back and forth, locked in a battle of wills. In the end, the shopkeeper had to surrender to Qin Nan's sheer persistence. 300. "It is. You win, kid. You're good." He snatched the dagger and shoved a pouch of money toward Qin Nan. "Take it! Just take it!" Qin Nan caught the pouch, tossing it lightly in his hand. "Much appreciated." After Qin Nan left, the shopkeeper turned to his subordinate. "Sell this for 500 spirit stones. Also, send someone to follow him and get that money back." The henchman let out a sinister chuckle. "Yes, sir." With money in hand, Qin Nan went straight to register. He told the man at the desk, "I'm here for the Bronze Steer Challenge," he thought confidently. "Even though I'm only at the first level of the spirit transmission realm, I've just mastered the oneness art, allowing me to freely change my spiritual attributes. As a war god, I can counter any opponent. Even if they're at the 5th level of the spirit transmission realm, I have nothing to fear." A blonde-haired lackey reported to his boss, "Boss, this guy is at the 1st level of the spirit transmission realm. He meets the criteria." The boss just waved his hand dismissively. "Let him in." Just then, the hulking brute from the pawn shop crept over, whispering something into the ear of the man at the desk. A cruel smile spread across his face as he turned and gave an order to the blonde lackey. "Arrange a 5th level opponent for him, and make sure he gets killed." The blonde subordinate immediately complied. On the fighting stage, the previous match had just concluded. In a flash, another unlucky soul was being carried away on a stretcher. The referee announced, "Next match, Qin Nan, 1st level of the spirit transmission realm, versus Liu Ruoqiang, 5th level of the spirit transmission realm." The gambling addicts in the crowd lit up at the massive level difference, shouting in a frenzy, "Betting on Liu Ruoqiang to win is 5-1. Place your bets now. Hurry, hurry." Betting on Qin Nan to win is 3-1. Qin Nan couldn't help but notice the rowdy bunch. One man sneered coldly, "This is the difference between the 1st and 5th levels. Qin Nan is going to lose, no question. I'm putting my money on Liu Ruoqiang." The crowd roared in agreement. "That's right. The odds are low, but it's a guaranteed win. I'll bet 20 stones on Liu Ruo. I'm putting 50 on him." Qin Nan found this development rather interesting. "Oh, so there's betting here too." The bookie saw a new customer and eagerly waved him over. "Young master, want to play? Better place your bets quickly. This Qin Nan guy won't last long. This is a golden opportunity. You have to seize it." Qin Nan didn't waste words. He slapped his entire pouch of spirit stones on the table. "Let's go big. I'll bet 100 stones on Qin Nan to win." The surrounding crowd stared with their mouths agape. "Whoa. Is this guy insane? Qin Nan is guaranteed to lose this match. Why would you bet on him? Are you just throwing your money away?" The bookie stepped in to manage the crowd. All right, settle down. Everyone has their own opinions. Who are you to tell him what to do?" But inwardly, he was laughing himself sick. "Ha ha ha. I hope more fools like this show up." This is how I'll make a fortune. The referee shouted, "Qin Nan, to the stage." As Qin Nan calmly walked forward, the same scornful young master sneered again. So he's Qin Nan. No wonder he bet on himself to win. Humph. He's going to lose anyway. On the stage, his opponent was already waiting, weapons drawn and ready. Meanwhile, our hero Qin Nan was casually strolling up the stairs. His opponent watched this with utter contempt. "You have to climb up to the stage. Do you even know how to fight, you piece of trash?" Hearing this, the crowd below erupted in gleeful laughter, but Qin Nan paid no mind to Liu Ruoqiang's arrogant attitude. He stated coldly, "Words are useless. Let's fight." Liu Ruoqiang roared in fury, "I hate trash like you, who act like you're some kind of master." With that, he swung his sword, unleashing the frenzied flame slash technique. Just then, the old ancestor's spirit appeared, surprising Qin Nan slightly. The spirit analyzed the situation. A fire attribute. At this level, he must have passed the second gate. But you, Qin Nan, can change your attributes at will. You can definitely win this. The old ancestor gave his advice. Feeling reassured, Qin Nan immediately activated his variable heaven-water attribute. He quickly channeled the water-aspected spirit energy into his blade. Bright flame, purple lotus, empower my sword. Qin Nan took a step forward, then soared into the air, unleashing his own sword art, blood floating life. Qin Nan's water attribute completely overwhelmed Liu. After just a few moments of feeble resistance, his opponent's sword shattered into pieces. Liu Ruoqiang was sent flying, crashing face first onto the ground before the stunned silence of the entire audience. How did he lose? Liu Ruoqiang couldn't believe his own eyes. No, this is impossible. My cultivation level is clearly higher than his. Below, his two henchmen were in absolute shock. Whoa, how is Qin Nan so powerful? The referee, who had just witnessed a match end in the blink of an eye, was sweating profusely. He quickly announced, "The winner of this match is Qin Nan." The bookie exploded with rage, slamming his fists on the table. "Damn it, I've lost a fortune." Meanwhile, the young masters who had bet on Liu Ruoqiang were in tears. "My money, it's all gone! Oh, heavens. My father will have me kneeling in the ancestral hall for this." An official brought a pouch of spirit stones to Qin Nan. "Here is your reward. 60 spirit stones. As per the rules, we take a 10% cut of 6 stones, plus the initial 60-stone registration fee. The pouch contains a total of 114 spirit stones." "Take them!" Qin Nan happily accepted the prize. "Many thanks." He then immediately turned back to the bookie from before. "I'm here to collect on my 100 spirit stone bet. I knew I would win, and the odds were 3-1. That means you owe me 300 spirit stones. I've come to collect." But the man suddenly put on a shameless, pitiful act. "I have an aging mother and small children to feed. If you have a heart, perhaps you could just take 100. A cold smirk touched Qin Nan's lips. "Did you happen to see my swordplay on the stage earlier? Would you like a private demonstration?" The man's face turned white with terror as the memory of the battle flashed through his mind. "No, absolutely not. Here are your 300 spirit stones. Please, just take them." Qin Nan did a quick, mental calculation. All told, he now possessed over 500 spirit stones. He sighed. He needed 1,200 spirit stones for the ingredients to refine the Imperial-grade flame spirit pill. "I only have 500. I'm still far short. What should I do?" Qin Nan began to strategize. According to the current situation, the only way to earn 700 spirit stones quickly is to attempt a rank-skipping challenge. I can challenge opponents from the 5th to the 10th level of the spirit transmission realm, but the risk is immense. My last victory was only because my opponent was careless. He completely underestimated my true power. If I face an opponent above the 5th level, they will be far more vigilant. Sensing his descendants' hesitation, the old ancestor's spirit appeared to offer encouragement. What is there to be afraid of? The Asura blood of our ancestors dictates that the stronger the enemy, the stronger we become. We fight with the indomitable aura of the Asura. We have never known fear. The old spirit roared, "There's only one path, ... fight." Infused with newfound courage, Qin Nan clenched his fists. His eyes burned with determination. "All right, I'll fight." And with that, he returned to the registration desk, pouring out a pile of spirit stones. "I want to register for a rank-skipping challenge." The scar-faced man at the desk feigned hesitation. "Are you certain?" He pretended to be concerned, but inside he was ecstatic. "Excellent. So, the last match didn't kill you. ... And now, you've come back to commit suicide." Qin Nan nonchalantly cleaned out his ear. "Enough with the nonsense. Just arrange the match." The man immediately turned and whispered to his subordinate, "Arrange for the fatty who just won 9 consecutive matches to fight Qin Nan next. As long as Qin Nan dies, the people at the pawn shop ... will reward us handsomely." The blonde-haired lackey grinned wickedly. Hey, I'll arrange it right away." The man at the desk turned back to Qin Nan. "Very well. Please go inside and wait a moment. We will draw lots to decide your next opponent." But Qin Nan urged him on with brimming confidence. "Hurry it up. My heaven-burning sword is growing impatient." A short while later, the referee's voice boomed across the arena. "Everyone, the thrilling moment has finally arrived. At long last, our arena has a warrior brave enough to attempt a rank-skipping challenge. And that warrior is... Qin Nan." The crowd below looked at him with disdain. "Damn it, it's him again. Isn't that the guy who almost beat Luruo Guiyang to death? A 5th-level spirit transmission realm fighter. He must be out of his mind." That last match was clearly a fluke, because Luruo Guiyang was too arrogant. Besides, he was held back by his elemental attribute. It's no wonder he lost to Qin Nan. But now he dares to challenge above his rank. Does he have a death wish? However, an old man in the crowd spoke up. "You can't be so sure. Every fighter's situation is different. You can't generalize." "Why, once, in a moment of extreme rage, I myself killed a master at the Divine Separation Realm." The white-haired man who lost his bet sneered inwardly. "Humph, you initiated this challenge yourself. Your judgment day has come. How dare you make me lose my wager?" The pawn shop owner's subordinate rushed back to make his report. "Boss, it's all arranged. In this match, Qin Nan will fight Dunbo. He's as good as dead." The old man took a long drag from his pipe, his face a mask of satisfaction. HMPH. Absolutely perfect. The moment he is killed. ... You are to immediately bring every single spirit stone on his body back to me. The referee made the grand introduction. "Next, please welcome the man at the very top of our rankings. The man who has won 9 matches in a row. ... Dunbo." A mountain of a man named Dunbo stormed onto the stage, gnawing on a chicken leg. The crowd went wild, screaming his name. Dunbo. He hefted a massive axe onto his shoulder, climbing the stairs amidst the roaring cheers. Dunbo thought to himself, "After this fight, today's winnings, ... will be enough to buy food for a whole month." As soon as he saw Qin Nan, he was slightly surprised. With just a single glance, he recognized him. "Isn't this the person from the portrait that the evil lord gave us? I believe his name is Qin Nan. I saw him once before at the Granjo Marshal Mansion." Qin Nan, in turn, carefully observed his opponent. A deep sense of caution rose within him. This man is leagues stronger than Liu Ruakang was. Just look at that guardian-like physique. ... And that colossal weapon. This is going to be an incredibly tough opponent. Dunbo stared at Qin Nan and licked his lips with a predatory hunger. "All I have to do is kill him, and I'll complete the mission the evil lord assigned. The sooner it's done, the sooner the three of us can obtain that power. ... Much sooner. Dunbo swung his axe, challenging Qin Nan with a booming voice. I didn't have the chance to kill you before, but now you've come to offer yourself up on a platter. This makes me very happy indeed. Qin Nan was taken aback. He wanted to kill me before. What does he mean? Could this have been arranged by someone? Before he could even guess, his opponent announced it for all to hear. The evil lord wants me to kill you. Today, you will certainly die by my axe. Qin Nan had never heard that name before. The evil lord. Who is that? Why would he want me dead? But Dunbo had no time for words, charging straight toward him. Enough talk. Now, die. Though Dunbo was built like a wild boar, his speed was absolutely terrifying. Thankfully, Qin Nan managed to draw his heaven-burning sword just in time to defend. The sheer pressure from the attack sent him sliding backward. Overpowered again. A sliver of panic shot through Qin Nan. This mountain of a man was on a whole other level. My hands gone completely numb. The old ancestor appeared again to remind me. Remember this. The big guy is at the 6th level of the spirit connection realm. Although he's only one realm higher than your last opponent, he is dead serious. You cannot afford to underestimate him. If you do, you'll end up on the wrong end of his blade. Qin Nan leaped into the air. Understood. He unleashed a devastating kick straight at Dunbao's chest. But the big man didn't even flinch. Put some power into it. Did you skip dinner? The brute simply took a deep breath, and his massive belly sent Qin Nan flying back 10 meters. Qin Nan barely managed to land on his feet. The big man grinned, running away. With that, he swung his axe, creating a lethal whirlwind. A chill ran down Qin Nan's spine. What is this technique? Its range covered nearly the entire arena. Even the old ancestor had to admit, this move was incredibly powerful, possessing immense attack force. A normal opponent would be sliced in two by this technique, but it leaves a massive opening right above his head. Dunbao was now spinning so fast, he was just a blur. Hearing the hint, Qin Nan glanced up. Above him? You say? A confident smile spread across his face. That's right. His defense is weakest from above. If I attack from there, I can break this technique. Qin Nan immediately activated his heaven-stepping technique, soaring into the air. He brought his sword down in a powerful slash, but it was blocked. Qin Nan was stunned. He blocked it. He was once again repelled backwards. But Qin Nan didn't give up, leaping again to unleash his blood sword of the ephemeral life. Dunbao just sneered. You think you can break my earth attribute defense? He immediately countered, swinging his axe straight for Qin Nan. The attack was so fast it caught him by surprise. This is bad. Luckily, he managed to block it just in time. Any later, and he would have been a goner. The sheer force of that blow sent Qin Nan flying again. He nearly shot off the stage, forced to grind his sword against the floor in a shower of sparks, just to stop himself. Qin Nan glanced back in shock. The crowd below was practically exploding with rage. Just a little more, just a tiny bit more, and Qin Nan would have been knocked out of the ring. This is infuriating. Yeah, I've hated that guy for a while. I lost so much money because of him. Last round, why doesn't he just drop dead? Qin Nan stood up and smirked. Humph. I was wondering what your attribute was, but since you've revealed it yourself, I won't be holding back any longer. Without a moment's hesitation, he switched to his wood attribute. Dunbo broke into a cold sweat, completely shocked. My elemental counter. The wood attribute. He pointed a trembling finger at Qin Nan. Even if you counter my element, my raw power and higher realm can still crush you. With a roar, he swung his axe, unleashing the heaven-shattering Stonebreaker. A single chop sent out a massive shockwave that threatened to split the entire arena. The old ancestor shouted a warning. The energy wave. Defend now. Qin Nan instantly raised a defensive barrier of wood attribute energy. Dunbao's devastating slash slammed into the barrier, creating an incredible vortex of power. The swirling blade energy even shot outwards, hitting some of the spectators below. Even the referee was stunned. How can he be this strong? As expected of a 9-time consecutive winner. When the attack finally dissipated, Qin Nan was still standing. He thought to himself, this heaven-shattering stone-breaker technique is truly powerful. Dunbo sneered. What's wrong? Qin Nan, have you decided to just give up and die? Or do you want me to crush you some more? A smile played on Qin Nan's lips. Oh, is that so? In nature, wood draws nutrients from the earth to strengthen itself, and the wood attribute can neutralize the immense power of the earth. Qin Nan activated his dark pool, purple lotus technique, and the phantom of an Asura appeared behind him. Dunbao remained confident. Compared to your Asura bloodline, my current power is at least at the 3rd level of the spirit connection realm. Add in the elemental counter, and I'd say we're about even now. Qin Nan charged forward. Now, it's my turn. Tastes my blood sword of the ephemeral life. The two clashed once more in a life-or-death battle. Dunbo laughed. Your strikes are still too weak. Qin Nan was unfazed. HMPH. So you blocked the first strike. Can you block the second? Without giving the brute a moment to recover, he unleashed a relentless barrage of his blood sword technique, and another one, strike after strike. Qin Nan quickly began to overwhelm Dunbo. He gritted his teeth. His sword is too fast. Enraged, Dunbo channeled all of his power into his axe. Seeing his opponent's frenzied state, Qin Nan wisely jumped back to dodge the incoming attack. Dunbo roared, Qin Nan, so what if your sword is fast? Your attacks are nothing more than an itch to me. Can you block my next heaven-shattering stonebreaker? Qin Nan just looked at him with a mocking smile. Oh, I'm not stupid enough to face that head-on. Sometimes, to win a fight, you have to rely on this. He bent down, picked up a tiny pebble, and pointed to his head. You have to rely on your brain. Qin Nan flicked the stone towards him and yelled, Get down! The tiny pebbles sailed through the air and hit Dunbo right on the forehead. A comical welt instantly bloomed. The brute roared, Qin Nan, are you trying to humiliate me? But suddenly, he realized something was terribly wrong. He had lost his focus. He was now off balance and tipping backwards, about to fall off the stage. The crowd went wild at this ridiculous sight. Damn it, stay on your feet, fatty. Don't you dare fall off. Dunbo's face turned beet red as he struggled with all his might. Knew, but his massive body wouldn't obey. He tumbled backwards and crashed onto the ground outside the ring. Qin Nan pointed down at him. That, my friend, was the straw that broke the camel's back. Dunbo scrambled up, pointing his axe at Qin Nan. That was a cheap trick. If you have any honor, fight me fair and square. Qin Nan just calmly crossed his arms and smiled. You're an idiot. I'm not. The bettors in the crowd screamed in fury. Damn it. This is unacceptable. How could Qin Nan use such a shameless tactic? That's right. This match doesn't count. The bookie gnashed his teeth in fury. That powerhouse Qin Nan had won again, and it was driving him insane. Qin Nan's voice cut through the arena. What's wrong? Not satisfied, he taunted. Does anyone else dare to challenge me? The young masters who were so loud before now stammered. Well, this. Qin Nan scoffed. HMPH. I love seeing that look on your faces. The one that says you want to fight me, but you don't have the guts. He shot a glare at the referee. Hey, aren't you going to announce the results? Or are you not satisfied either? The man flinched and hurriedly complied. I've never witnessed anything like this. I heard the arena's organizer is a legendary figure. Qin Nan was just as surprised. The organizer is a legendary figure. Could it be the Emperor of Dojo himself? Suddenly, a mysterious man cloaked entirely in black stepped onto the stage. A suffocating wave of spiritual pressure radiated from his body. Qin Nan watched him with extreme caution. The man's aura was overwhelming. This was undoubtedly a supreme master. The organizer had someone bring Qin Nan a treasure chest brimming with spirit stones. This is your reward, the man declared. A total of 800 spirit stones. Due to the special nature of this match, I, on behalf of the arena, will waive your 80-stone fee. Qin Nan immediately thanked him, thinking to himself, with this prize, I now have 900 spirit stones. I only need 300 more to buy the medicinal herbs. He then asked the man, but why does your voice feel so familiar? The man slowly pulled back his hood. Qin Nan froze in utter shock. It's you! Before he could say the name, Lu Bakun swiftly covered his mouth. Let us all congratulate Qin Nan, he announced to the crowd. Qin Nan whispered in his ear, if I had known you founded this arena, I wouldn't have had to work so hard. The old man replied, I told you to come find me if you were short on money. You didn't listen. So who can you blame? Qin Nan sighed. Forget it. I guess it was good combat experience. Below the stage, Dunbao roared with rage. Qin Nan, I may not have killed you today, but I swear I won't let you get away next time. Liu Bakun asked him, who is that fat man? Qin Nan shook his head. I have no idea, he shrugged. It seems like someone ordered him to kill me. Do I really have that many enemies? Old Lu Bakun replied with a stone-cold expression. Yes, you do. Qin Nan's heart sank into depression. Ha ha! Thanks for that. A moment later, Qin Nan and Lu Bakun left the stage. The pawnshop owner and his subordinate scrambled after them. The old man shockingly dropped to his knees, clutching Qin Nan's robe. Young Master Qin Nan, I have offended you. I must confess, I was the one who conspired to set you up against those last two opponents. The sin is mine. Please, young master, forgive me. Please, my lord, forgive me. Qin Nan glared at him, annoyed. No wonder I kept facing opponents with such high cultivation realms. So it was you playing dirty tricks behind the scenes. Sweat poured down the old man's face as he hastily offered a pouch. This is the saber you pawned. Young master, I am returning it, along with 500 spirit stones as my apology. Qin Nan took it. So that's what this was about. I pawned this saber to you for 300 spirit stones. And for that, you hated me enough to want me dead. You truly are a vicious man. The master and his servant, terrified, repeatedly kowtowed. In apology, this lowly one deserves death. This lowly one deserves death. Please, young master, forgive us. Please, my lord, forgive us. Qin Nan turned to Liu Bakun. Teacher, how do you think we should handle this? The old master said. His life can be spared, but his crime cannot go unpunished. Banish them from the arena. Forbid them from ever doing business here again. Overjoyed to have kept his life, the pawnshop owner clasped his hands in gratitude. Thank you, my lord, for sparing my life. Thank you, young master. After settling the matter, the two turned and left. The pawnshop owner said to his subordinate, we truly escaped death today. Even though we can't do business anymore, we're still alive. That's a blessing in itself. His subordinate shivered. Indeed, who could have known we would cross someone like that? The next day, with enough money secured, Qin Nan purchased all the ERBs he needed for alchemy. He held the necessary items in his hand. Imperial rank, fire spirit, crystal. Imperial rank, Minfu flower. Imperial rank, 3-leaf herb. It's all here. The time has come to forge the Imperial rank flame spirit pill and increase my power. Meanwhile, in the inner courtyard of the Dazhou Marshal Mansion, Lu Ruan was training alone with her sword. Every single one of her moves unleashed a torrent of formidable energy. She leaped high into the air, executing a breathtakingly beautiful sword strike. Suddenly, 3 figures approached. Master Liu! We have arrived. Startled by their presence, Lu Ruan reacted instantly. Not even checking who it was, she hurled a large rock toward them. In a stroke of bad luck, the rock slammed squarely into Qin Nan's forehead. A massive lump swelled up as blood streamed from his nose, but he still managed a weak smile and a thumbs up. No, I'm fine. Don't worry, I'm perfectly okay. Seeing it was her 3 students, Liu Ruan sheathed her sword. She said, Today, I'm taking you all out for practical training. You might face real danger, so be mentally prepared. Ning Ryun replied with confidence. It's no problem. We're not afraid. Qin Nan chimed in. As long as we can grow stronger, no danger is too great. Lu Hua nodded in agreement. That's right. That's right. Lu Ruin said, very well. Board the flying ship and be sure to stay close to me. Elsewhere, Dunbao was still seated. He gnawed on a chicken thigh while muttering, This is infuriating. Absolutely infuriating. Shaji sighed wearily. Are you trying to die? Fatty, what has you so worked up? It's barely morning, and you're already screaming. Do you want to let people sleep? She lamented while cupping her face. If I don't get my beauty sleep, my skin will suffer. Dunbo shot up in a rage and slammed the table. I went to the arena to make some money yesterday, and I ran into that Qin Nan, the very guy we're supposed to kill. And he actually beat me. I'm so furious I could die. Shaji mocked him instantly. Oh my! Fatty! Are you that weak? Defeated by Qin Nan. Isn't he just at the 12th level of Dao entry? The fat man roared. He's gotten stronger. He's at the 1st level of the spirit transformation realm now. And I wasn't really beaten. He used a dirty trick to push me off the stage. That's the only reason I lost. She laughed. The way I see it, you were just too stupid to fall for his trick. He stomped his foot on the table in fury. If you're so good, you fight him. Ji sneered back at him. If it were me, he never would have been able to plot against me. I would have made sure he died without a single word. Just then, Tao Lai walked over. All right, that's enough. Stop arguing. If we want to gain power, the three of us need to complete this mission quickly. We have to kill Qin Nan. We can't just sit around here all day. Shaji covered her mouth with a coy smile. Hee. I was waiting for you to say that. I've just heard that Le Ruin has taken Qin Nan and those other two into the Dajo Martial House's trial forest. But Dao Lai urged caution, telling them to wait. Liu Ruin is just as powerful as we are, and she's an instructor at the Martial House. With her there, things won't be easy. We must plan this carefully. But the hot-headed Dunbo just roared. To hell with plans. If we're going to fight, let's just fight. Liu Ruatever. Who cares who she is? Just kill her and be done with it. The other two just stared at the fool, too exhausted to argue. Sag said to Tao Lai, just ignore him. Even the most perfect plan would be wasted on that brain. How about Ilor Lu? Ruin away. The two of you just need to kill Qin Nan. Dao Lai immediately agreed. Good. It's settled then. Let's head to the training forest. At the same time, Liu Ruin and her 3 disciples were also on their way to the forest. Qin Nan asked, Miss Lu? Master, where are we? The auras from the creatures below feel incredibly powerful. I bet there are low-grade spirit beasts here, right? She replied. This is the training forest, a place the Grand Continent Martial Institute opened for its disciples to practice. It's filled with many low-level spirit beasts, perfect for cultivation. Qin Nan understood. So that's what this is. After a while, the 4 of them descended into the training grounds. Lu Ruin addressed her 3 disciples. I brought you here today so you could train against spirit beasts and truly understand how to wield your weapons. Now, all of you, draw your weapons. Ning Ryun and Qin Nan immediately drew their swords, but Lu Hua remained frozen in place, not moving a muscle. Liu Run was a bit confused and asked him, Where is your weapon? He stammered. Father said I shouldn't carry a weapon around. It could hurt my hand. It would really sting. Qin Nan looked at him with disdain. He was truly stuck at the mental age of 5. To think this was once the #1 genius on the Martial Institute's celestial ranking. Now, he was no different from a complete fool. Lu Ruin, knowing her nephew's situation, explained patiently. War, you always wanted to become a martial artist, didn't you? Wasn't it because you wanted to become strong? Lu Hua clenched his fists. Yes, I want to be strong, she commanded him. If you want to be stronger, then take out your weapon. He hesitated for a moment, but was still obedient. Yes, all right. Lu Hua then revealed his weapon. Qin Nan was a bit surprised. Are those ... flying daggers? Lu Ruin nodded.
Yes.
Before his incident, Liu Hua used those flying daggers to claim the #1 spot on the celestial ranking. She recalled his glory days. Flawless execution, a single dagger, a single life. In those years, his brilliance was unmatched. Lu Ruin sighed. What a pity! Seeing his aunt's sadness, Lu Hua ran to his side. What's wrong? Did War do something wrong? She patted his shoulder. It's nothing. You didn't do anything wrong. Just continue being yourself. That's all that matters. A moment later, Liu Ruin took out a small bottle. All right. I'm going to summon some small spirit beasts. All you have to do is kill them with your weapons. With that, she squeezed a single drop of liquid from the vial. The moment it hit the ground, it vaporized into a mist. A herd of wild boars inhaled the fumes and were driven into a bloodthirsty frenzy, charging furiously towards the group of 4. Qin Nan immediately unleashed his ephemeral blood sword technique. His blade pierced straight through a boar, felling it on the spot. Ning Ruyun executed her heaven-shattering thunder slash. The strike electrocuted a boar, causing it to stagger before collapsing to the ground. Noticing that Lu Hua still hadn't moved, Lu Ruin prompted him. Lu Hua, make your move. Lu Hua held the flying dagger, his hand trembling uncontrollably. I can't do it. Lu Ruin shouted. Lu Hua, remember what you always wanted. Just then, a wild boar closed in on him. Lu Hua thought to himself, I want to be strong. I want power. But as the beast charged madly forward, he couldn't overcome his fear. He screamed in terror. Ah! Stay away from me! Knowing he was incapable, Liu Ruin struck the boar down with a single sword slash. She looked at her nephew with cold, disappointed eyes. Liu Hua, you have utterly disappointed me. Hearing his aunt's words, Liu Hua was filled with guilt, but he simply couldn't bring himself to do it. Qin Nan stepped forward to speak up for him. Master Liu, given Liu Hua's disposition, perhaps we shouldn't force him. Already furious with her nephew, Lu Ruin shot Qin Nan a glare. Qin Nan broke out in a cold sweat. Ahem! My apologies. Lu Ruin then turned her attention to him. Qin Nan, your techniques are full of imposing momentum. The power is immense. But you have forgotten the most important thing. Precision? Qin Nan was taken aback. Precision? I've never actually considered that problem. She pointed. That sword strike you used on the boar, while accurate, ... it lacked true precision. It hasn't reached the level of a single, fatal blow. To find the weak point and kill in one strike, that is the highest realm of a swordsman. Qin Nan's eyes widened in realization. He thought to himself. So that's it, Master Lu. I understand now. The reason I couldn't break through to the 3rd level of the sword art, ... was because I hadn't grasped this concept. Now that I see the path, I can finally cultivate the 3rd form of the Asura sword style. He clasped his hands in respect. Master Liu, I have understood the problem. I wish to find a place to cultivate. Lu Ruin pointed ahead. Go straight for 5 miles. You will find a small cave. That place is perfect for practicing your sword arts. He waved to the others. Thank you. I, Qin Nan, will be going now. After Qin Nan left, Lu Ruin turned to Ning Ruyun. You possess the powerful 3000 Thunder Body talent. By simply using your sword, you can unleash lightning. The electrical force is extremely strong, and your attack power is impressive. However, you haven't fully utilized the unique advantages of lightning. Ruyun was puzzled. A unique advantage? I don't understand, Master. Please explain, she continued. In a battle, both sides fight with everything they have. It's not just about brute force. You must also use your mind. The greatest advantage of lightning is its ability to paralyze an opponent. It renders them completely powerless to fight back. At that point, your enemy can only wait for you to deliver the final blow. It was as if a light had turned on in Ruyun's mind. Paralyze the opponent, she thought to herself. That's right. Why didn't I ever think of that? Lightning's special property is paralysis, ... double quotes, ... But I was so focused on its raw power that I forgot this crucial feature, she said to Lu Ruin. Thank you, Master Lu. Ruin understands now. I'm going to find Qin Nan. Lu Ruin agreed to Go on. And with that, Ruyun ran off after our boy, Qin Nan. Finally, Lu Ruin turned back to her nephew, Liu Hu, who was now drenched in a cold sweat of fear. Aunt, ... I'm sorry. Lu Hua doesn't dare to take a life. Lu Ruin asked patiently. Wah, you always say you want to be stronger. Have you ever thought about why? After you become strong, what will you do? He asked himself over and over. Why become strong? Why do I need power? Suddenly, a childhood memory flooded his mind. A young Lu Hua was holding a ball. A younger Lu Ruin was scolding him angrily. Liu Hua, hurry up and call me aunt. He stubbornly refused. You're only 3 years older than me. Why should I have to call you aunt? Calling you big sister makes more sense. HMPH. According to our family status, you must call me aunt, even if I'm not a true member of the Louis family. You must call me aunt, not big sister. Lu Hua was wrapping a bandage on her arm. I will definitely get stronger, and then I'll protect you. Lu Ruin told him, you're just a little kid. Go, eat your dinner. Right now, you can't even kill a bird. He frowned. I don't care. One day, I'll definitely become strong. I swear I'll protect you. No one will ever bully you again. Ruin couldn't help but let out a laugh. All right. You'll be my guardian. A fragment of memory suddenly returned to Lu Hua. I understand now. I finally know why I must become stronger. Aunt, let me try one more time. Lu Ruin decisively smashed the vial on the ground. It shattered instantly. A wild boar charged right at him. Lu Hua leaped onto his flying dagger, soaring towards the beast. The blade plunged deep into the boar's neck. The beast roared in agony. It collapsed instantly, killed by the fatal blow. Lu Hua was overjoyed. Yes! I did it! Lu Ruin smiled, praising him. Excellent. If you can maintain that level of power and speed, you'll be more than a match for cultivators in the same realm. He pointed with determination. Then I'm going to find Qin Nan and Ning Ruyun and train with them. She nodded. Go. The 3 of you should cultivate well. Learn together and cover each other's weaknesses. As she watched her nephew leave, she thought to herself, being able to practice martial arts again will do wonders for his spirit. I will wait for the day you are as heroic as you once were. Suddenly, she sensed a hidden presence. Who's there? Show yourself. It was the snake demoness, perched high on a branch, looking down on them. Well, you truly are Liu Ruin of the great Zhou Martial Academy. To think you discovered me the moment I arrived. She leaped down, landing gracefully before Liu Ruin. The mentor's eyes narrowed. Are you a student of this academy? The woman smirked. Yes and no. Knowing her opponent's strength, the snake demoness wasted no time, immediately deploying a spiritual formation. Art of the profound ink, bewitcher of all souls. An ethereal array instantly materialized in the air. The snake demoness gave Lu Ruin a demonic smile as she stared back with cold fury. Lu Ruin was shocked to find herself pulled into the woman's illusion. She was surrounded by fierce, bloodthirsty soldiers, their eyes glowing with a ghastly red light. Trapped in the illusion, her eyes became vacant and lifeless. The snake demoness caressed her face, sneering. HMPH. So this is the great master. So easily captivated by my illusion that you can't even move. If my true target wasn't Qin Nan this time, I'd take great pleasure in killing you right now. With that, she didn't linger. She vanished in an instant. Daolai and Dunbao should be about done. My timing is perfect. Meanwhile, Qin Nan stood beneath several large trees. He was completely focused on his training. After taking a deep, steady breath, Qin Nan unleashed a powerful kick against a tree trunk, sending leaves showering down. He leaped into the air, his sword a blur of motion, striking with incredible speed and precision. Sword sweeps the 8 desolations. One becomes 2. Every single falling leaf, was sliced perfectly in half by his blade. The accuracy was absolutely flawless. A smug look crossed Qin Nan's face. He had finally mastered the 3rd form of the Asura sword style. Sword sweeps, the 8 desolations. Seeing him stroke his chin like a wise old sage, the ancestor couldn't help but tease him. You don't even have a beard. And you're trying to stroke it? Qin Nan chuckled. What's wrong? Can't you let me pretend for a bit? After all, I did have a successful breakthrough. The ancestor remained unimpressed. Biha, your current strength is barely 1/10,000th of my power in my prime. And you still dare to act proud. Qin Nan started getting annoyed. Hey, old man, can't you give me a little face? Are you trying to pick a fight? But the ancestor was firm. Absolutely not. Provoked, Qin Nan puffed up his chest. You rotten old geezer, I'll teach you a lesson. Just as the tension became as taut as a bowstring, Ning Ruyun and Liu Hua appeared out of nowhere. They caught Qin Nan arguing with thin air. Ruyun covered her mouth in shock. What is Qin Nan doing? Talking to himself. That silly boy. Liu Hua then added a fatal blow. How long has he been like this? I'm afraid he might be beyond saving. Completely misunderstood, Qin Nan could only sputter in protest. Suddenly, a massive broadsword whistled from the sky, embedding itself in the ground right between the 3 of them, kicking up a huge cloud of dust. Before they could even recover, Dunbo charged from the smoke, axe in hand, roaring. Qin Nan, my dear nephew, your grandpa is here. Qin Nan was startled, recognizing his old opponent from the arena. Right after, another man emerged. It was Daolai, the owner of the blade. He strode forward, pulled his weapon free, and pointed it at Qin Nan. Qin Nan, prepare to die. Our hero glared back. Trying to kill me again. I've faced countless opponents. I'm no weaker than you, too. This is the perfect time to test my new sword art. Dunbao turned to Daolai. Leave Qin Nan to me. You handle the other 2. He cheated to win against me last time. Today, I'll claim my revenge. With that, Dunbao shifted his attention to Ruyun and Liu Hua. Before shouting, let's attack together, he immediately lunged forward with his axe, roaring, Die! A world-shaking strike came crashing down, but Qin Nan quickly executed his technique. Unity art, using the wood attribute. He easily blocked the blow, he sneered. Hey? This move again? Can't you be a little more creative? Provoked, Dunbao roared in fury. Then taste my killing aura. He once again unleashed the heaven-shaking Stonebreaker. Qin Nan snorted. You really are an idiot. I told you, that move is useless against me. This time, I won't even dodge. Let's see the power of my newly learned technique. As he finished speaking, Qin Nan unleashed his sword sweeps the 8 desolations. Countless phantoms of sword energy appeared. And violently clashed with Dunbao's attack, stopping it dead. Dunbao broke into a cold sweat, unable to believe his eyes. He blocked it. How's that possible? Yurekuriari. Only at the first layer of the spirit fountain realm. A dangerous smirk formed on Qin Nan's lips. You're the one who came here looking for death. He then launched another sword, sweeps the 8 desolations. This time, Dunbo was defenseless. He could only stand frozen as the sword energy rushed towards him. A single line of light slashed across his body, and he immediately collapsed. Seeing his comrade fall, Tao Lai, who was about to attack the others, turned back in alarm. Dun Bo! What happened? He couldn't believe it. How could Dun Bao lose to a mere kid? The intelligence must have been wrong. He had to back him up now. But before he could move, Ru Yun and Lu Hua blocked his path. Trying to run, you'll have to get past us first. Seeing the tide had turned, Tao Lai decided to end things quickly. He unleashed his Blood Wolf Blade technique. A pack of spectral wolves materialized and charged towards the two. Ru Yun quickly used her Heavenly Thunder punishment, but her lightning was deflected by the wolves' protective barrier. Tao Lai spoke coldly. Hemph, a metal atriode technique. Unfortunate for you, it seems to have no effect on me. Helpless Ru Yun watched the wolf lunge, and could only scream in terror. Lu Hua panicked beside her. Ning, Ru Yun. He was struggling with his own wolf, his heart filled with despair. This snow wolf is too ferocious. I don't have the power to help her at all. Ning Ru Yun used all her strength to block the wolf's claws, but the impact still sent a shockwave that injured her internally. The power of this technique is far greater than I ever imagined. Just then, Tao Lai materialized behind her, his blade poised for the final blow. In that life or death instant, her thoughts raced to Qin Nan. Qin Nan had reached the second stage of the spirit transmission realm, and was about to defeat that sixth stage fatty. I can't afford to fall behind now. I have to be able to help him, too. Suddenly, her master's words echoed in her mind. That's right. Master Lu said to exploit the unique properties of lightning, to paralyze the enemy. With that thought, she poured every last ounce of her spirit energy into her Heavenly Thunder punishment technique. Tao Lai just sneered with contempt. I told you, ... Your metal attribute techniques are useless against me. But before he could finish, his entire body seized up, paralyzed by the electric shock, unable to move a muscle. In that instant, Tao Lai's spectral snow wolf was sliced in two, vanishing into thin air. Wiping the sweat from her brow, Lu Hua finally breathed a sigh of relief. Finally, ... It's over! She turned to see Ruo Yun on her knees, with Tao Lai frozen like a statue. You Ruo Yun, she called out. What's your status? Clutching her wound, she managed to answer. Don't worry, my lightning has him completely He's not going anywhere. On the other side of the clearing, Dunbao was sent crashing into a massive boulder by Qin Nan. Gritting his teeth, he snarled, HMP, I never imagined your strength would skyrocket like this. You're a different person from the one on the tournament stage. Qin Nan just laughed heartily. What can I say? It's all thanks to my natural talent. Dunbao was so enraged, he nearly coughed up blood. I swear, I want to get up and slap you twice, right now. Qin Nan stuck out his tongue playfully. Too bad. So sad. Looks like you can't get up. Just then, Rue Yun and Lu Hua approached. One of them asked Qin Nan, what do we do with them now? Looking at the two pathetic losers, one battered and bruised, the other a living statue. Qin Nan made a decision. Let's take them to Master Lu. She can decide their fate. Ruo Yun's eyes widened in sudden realization. Wait, where's Master Lu? Why isn't she here yet? And with that, let's rewind the clock a little. Back to the moment Shi Ji trapped Liu Ruin in an illusion. Before speeding off to help her comrades, she flew on and on, but found no one. A thought crossed her mind. This is strange. Why is this forest so vast? Where are the others? Suddenly, her eyes widened in shock. She saw a familiar slash mark on a tree trunk. Wait a minute! I've been here before. Looking around in a panic, a dreadful feeling washed over her. Suddenly, a colossal, prayer bead-wearing, Apa cultivator's version of King Kong appeared before her. Shi Ji's face went pale with terror. What? How can a beast from the D.A. Joe Marshall Mansion's trial grounds, ... be This powerful, impossible. The great ape let out a deafening roar, then snatched her up in its massive palm. It held her up, inspecting her like a mere plaything. Shiji screamed in absolute terror. With just a slight squeeze of its hand, the beast crushed her until she coughed up blood. Just then, Liu Ruin strolled forward with a cold smirk. Being trapped in an illusion isn't very pleasant, is it? Shiji realized with dawning horror that the power of an illusion depends entirely on its caster. I can only summon phantom soldiers, but she can conjure a spirit beast of this magnitude. Liu Run's voice was calm and steady. Your mission has already failed. Why don't you tell me who's pulling the strings? Oh, still staying silent. Are we? How can you be so sure my allies have failed? Shouldn't you be worried about your 3 precious disciples? Perhaps they've already been torn to pieces. But then... A voice echoed through the clearing, sending a chill down Shiji's spine. You must be joking, little lady. I'm the one wondering if I should leave your body intact. She spun around and froze. There was Qin Nan and his friends, escorting her to captured comrades. Shiji was speechless. You! She finally spat out, then screamed in fury. You useless, pig-headed fools! Dear. Soon enough, all 3 criminals were tied up together, strengthening their team bond. Dunbo groaned. Shiji, could you please talk a little less? My head is already spinning. He was on the verge of tears, thinking to himself, I was defeated by a second-stage spirit transmission realm disciple. My life has lost all meaning. Shiji then turned to Dao Lai. I can understand Dunbao getting caught, but for Dao Lai not only to be captured, but turned into this. She could only sigh in exasperation. Beside her, Dao Lai was unconscious, the whites of his eyes showing. Shiji closed her eyes in defeat. Forget it. I surrender. Do what you will. Kill us or torture us. Qin Nan pressed his sword to her neck. Should I kill you, or torture you? She gritted her teeth. What do you want? Just get it over with, he replied. Coolly, actually, I could let you live. But first, you need to tell me who's pulling the strings. Dunbao immediately shook his head. Never. I'll die before I betray the name of the evil lord. Qin Nan smiled slyly. Oh, the evil lord, you say? Shiji shot the fatty a glare that could burn holes in steel. Why don't you just die, fatty? I wouldn't have any objections if you did. The big man broke into a cold sweat. I don't wanna die. I still want to live and eat. At the mention of the evil Lord, Liu Ruin spoke up. I've heard of the evil lord. He's said to be one of Luo Zhan's subordinates. Under him are many death-sworn warriors who carry out extremely dangerous missions. They became infamous for assassinating many officials of the Daizhou nation. Qin Nan's anger intensified. So it's the Luo family again. Just as I thought. I was wondering why they'd come to kill me for no reason. Ruho Yun then asked, so that means you 3 are death-sworn warriors under the evil lord? Dunbao puffed out his chest with pride. That's right. The 3 of us are elite warriors under the evil lord's command. Once we complete our mission, we'll gain limitless power. We'll be able to do whatever we want. Qin Nan picked his nose disdainfully. Humph. Only a fool would believe that. The fatty retorted with a grin. Believe it or not, a while back, one of our comrades succeeded in planting a few demonic seeds into a certain genius's den. After completing that incredibly difficult mission, the evil lord granted him infinite power. He's an evil general now. Hearing this, Qin Nan caught a critical clue. A genius. Demonic seeds. Could the name of that genius be... Liahu? The fatty enthusiastically spoiled the plot. How did you know? The target of that mission was indeed Liu Hua. That one was a real challenge. I heard that Liu Hua is a once-in-a-century genius, the best of the best in the Daizhou nation. Once the seed activates, that genius will fall to the dark side. With his power, destroying the entire Daizhou nation would only be a matter of time. At that point, Marquis Luo Cheng's army will. Before he could finish, Shiji clamped a hand over his mouth. You damned fatty. Haven't you said enough? Lu Run demanded with an icy glare. Did the evil lord truly harm Huar? The snake demoness just sneered. And so what if he did? If Lu Hua is fated to die, he's destined to fall to darkness. Besides, you're no match for the evil lord. Revenge is a fool's dream. Liu Ruin's eyes blazed, her killing intent exploding outwards. She shot forward on her blade, screaming, "You're far too arrogant. Today, I'll take your lives as vengeance for my war." But just as her blade neared the snake demon, a surge of purple energy erupted. It sliced through the bonds and violently repelled Lu Ruin's sword. It was him. Xiao Zi. The slightest disagreement, and you move to take a life. You people from the great Zhou Martial Palace, always preaching righteousness, turn out to be nothing but sanctimonious hypocrites. Wielding his scepter, he stepped forward, freeing Dunbo and Dao Lai. Seeing him, all three trembled in fear. Evil Lord, he shot them a glare. Useless. You ruin more than you accomplish. I'm talking about the three of you. They immediately bowed their heads. Evil Lord, we were incompetent. We beg you to spare our lives. We swear we will do better. Liu Ruin stared at him with pure hatred. Was it you? Did you harm Hua? Ija smiled. Indeed, it was. However, what I didn't expect was for the evil energy in his body to be completely purged. Qin Nan ... That was your handiwork, wasn't it? Qin Nan shot back. You even know about that? Just how many spies do you have in the great Zhou nation? Not many, he smirked. Just enough to be useful. Liu Ruin wasted no more time and channeled her spirit energy. Words are useless. If you've come here to die today, then prepare to meet your end. Huar suffered so much because of him, she thought. Asterisk? I will make him pay the price. Xiaozi let out a mocking laugh. Apologies, but I'm not in the mood to play games with you today. He slammed his scepter into the ground, and a thick white mist erupted around them. Lu Ruin screamed a warning. It's poison gas! Cover your mouths and noses. Now! Everyone instantly obeyed. By the time the mist cleared, the four villains had vanished. Lu Ruin cursed in frustration. Damn it! They got away. Lu Hua tried to comfort her. Auntie, it's all right. As long as we're safe. That's what's important. She turned to the others. You're right? Is everyone else okay? Qin Nan replied. You, Ryan, and I are fine. But I was itching for a real fight with them. It would have been great practice for the third form of my new sword technique. You, Ryan, eagerly agreed. Exactly. My lightning powers have also seen a small breakthrough. I was hoping for a chance to test them out. Lu Ruin nodded. If that's the case, then I have some news for you all. I only learned of this myself this morning, so the timing is perfect. 500 miles east of the Great Zhou Nation lies a fishing village where a mystical spirit realm has reportedly appeared. The moment word got out, countless factions began heading there. You all need to experience the world. And a place like that will be rife with conflict and competition. It would be the perfect place to hone your skills. Qin Nan was stunned. What? A spirit realm, 500 miles east of the Great Zhou Nation. He suddenly recalled the words of the Heavenly Tao Scroll. Asterisk 500 miles east of the Great Zhou Nation. A precious bloodline will be revealed. Now, a spirit realm has appeared in that exact location. Asterisk. Could it be? Is the bloodline hidden within this realm? Liu Ruin confirmed his thoughts. The information is highly accurate. Furthermore, the realm is said to radiate an immense spiritual energy. It's practically guaranteed to hold priceless treasures. That's why it's attracted factions from all over the Great Zhou Nation, all vying for a piece. Ryan's eyes lit up with excitement. That's even better. It's the perfect opportunity to truly test ourselves. Qin Nan made his decision instantly. I'm going to, he thought to himself, asterisk, no matter the danger. I must get to that realm and claim the bloodline. Asterisk. It's the only way for me to grow truly powerful. Liu Ruan turned to her nephew. Lu Hua, what about you? He stammered. I'm a little scared. Qin Nan immediately reassured him. What's there to be afraid of? I've already mastered the third form of the Asura sword style. I can handle any opponent at our level. I'll protect you. Ryan patted his shoulder, encouragingly. That's right. We'll both protect you, so don't be scared. Meanwhile, in a distant place, the evil lord was disciplining his followers. He questioned Dao Lai. How is it that you couldn't even eliminate one insignificant Qin Nan? Are you really the elite soldiers I once took pride in? Dao Lai bowed low, accepting the blame. Evil lord, we were too eager to succeed, and our carelessness gave Qin Nan an opportunity to escape. We deserve death. The snake demoness also bowed her head. I also never expected that Lua Ruin would be so powerful. The fault lies with our negligence. Please, punish us, evil lord. Dunbao closed his eyes, bracing for the worst. I am also at fault. Please, dispose of me as you see fit. The evil lord gave a wicked smile. Do you know why I bothered to intervene and save you myself? The three trembled. We do not know. He revealed the secret. 500 miles east of the great Zhou nation, a spirit realm has manifested. It radiates an immense aura of spiritual energy. It is certain to hold countless treasures. You can atone for your failure by accompanying me to seize them from the other factions. He laughed. Once you help me claim victory, you will be remade into my renowned evil generals. Hearing this, their eyes lit up with greed. Evil generals. They immediately bowed in unison. To wield the unparalleled power of an evil general. We swear we will help the evil lord seize the treasure. The snake demoness and Dunbao were moved to tears. Did you hear that, fatty? We have a chance to become evil generals. Renowned evil generals. The large man wiped his tears away. That's right. I've waited my whole life for this day. Even the stoic Dao Lai's eyes welled with tears as he looked to the heavens. Mother, your son can finally make something of himself. If your spirit is watching from above, you can finally be at peace, can't you? The evil lord watched this pathetic, tearful display with contempt. He empiha. Worms will always be worms. Little do they know that the glorious prize they seek is merely a gateway to the abyss. The scene shifts to the imperial palace, where a man named Wang Zhu is flattering the old emperor. Your Majesty, I've heard that spirit realm contains wondrous treasures. They might just help me concoct a true elixir of eternal life. The old emperor frowned. Oh, are you implying the elixirs you currently make aren't for eternal life? Are you daring to deceive me? The man quickly backed. Your Majesty, you misunderstand. The elixirs I refine now are indeed for eternal life, but their efficacy is limited. They can only extend your Majesty's life by 15 years at a time, and one cannot consume too many at once. However, if we could obtain the treasure from that spirit realm and harness its immense power, then I could create a true elixir of eternal life. A single pill could grant your Majesty thousands upon thousands of years of life. With that, why would you ever worry about mortality again? The old emperor swallowed the bait. Hook, line, and sinker. My dear minister, is what you say true? Does such a powerful treasure truly exist within that realm? He whispered with a sly grin. Of course, your Majesty. Just lend me a few of your elite, and once I retrieve the treasure from the spirit ruin, I will forge the true elixir of eternal life for you. After all, word of the spirit ruin has spread across the land. Countless factions now hunger for its secrets. That ambitious fiend, Luo Wishan, for one. At this, the emperor's fury ignited. Luo Wushan will never lay his hands on that treasure. Wasting no time, he summoned Qiong Yuan and Leng Dao. They knelt before him. "Your Majesty, what are your orders?" The Emperor decreed, "Listen carefully. Accompany alchemist Wang Zhu to the spirit ruin. You are to protect him at all costs. Furthermore, you must retrieve the artifact. If you fail, do not bother returning." An ill omen settled in Qiong Yuan's heart. Asterisk. What scheme is that, Snake? Wang Zhu plotting now. Wang Zhu simply smirked, a venomous gleam in his eyes. The two had no choice but to accept. "As you command." Meanwhile, at the Luo clan estate, Zhao Zi returned to report. "Clan head, I have dispatched 3 death-sworn assassins to the spirit ruin. Rest assured." Luo Wushan's voice was like ice. "You will retrieve the treasure for me, no matter the cost. Anyone who dares to obstruct my path will be eliminated." Zhao Zi continued his report. "Word is, many other factions are making their move this time. We've confirmed operatives from the Great Flame Sect, the Emperor's Royal Guards, and several smaller powers. Even Qin Nan is there." Luo Wushan's knuckles turned white. "Qin Nan, Excellent. Find an opportunity and kill him. Avenge my son." Zijun smirked wickedly. "Understood. This time, I'll handle it personally." Qin Nan won't have a prayer of surviving. In a flash, he vanished into the shadows. Luo Wufa, standing nearby, spoke with concern. "Clan head, shall I go as well?" "Yes. Go. Not only to kill Qin Nan, but to keep a close watch on Zijun. If he dares to hide the treasure for himself, kill him without hesitation." Luo Wufa bowed deeply and departed. The next day, Qin Nan's party began their journey to the spirit ruin. Ning Ruyun voiced her confusion. "Why isn't Master Liu coming with us?" Qin Nan explained. "Master already told us. Remember, he wants us to gain real-world experience. It's the fastest way for us to grow stronger." Ruyun nodded in understanding. "I see. Master Liu is always thinking of our growth." Suddenly, Luhua pointed forward. "Look ahead." We've reached the fishing village. The village itself was ordinary, but it was now an ocean of tents and camps. Qin Nan was stunned. Why are so many people here? Are they all trying to enter the spirit ruin? A massive queue snaked before them. It must be, Ruyun surmised. A treasure from a place like this is a once-in-a-lifetime chance. Plus, the spiritual energy pouring out is immense. Everyone wants a piece of that power. Qin Nan's eyes lit up with excitement. "Let's go. Let's see what's happening." He pushed his way through the crowd without a second thought. "Excuse me, coming through." But a stern-faced guard blocked his path, demanding to see an identity token. "If you don't have one, you can't pass." Qin Nan sighed in frustration. Asterisk, tokens, again. "Why is it always tokens?" Ruin whispered to him. "Qin Nan, I don't think Master Lu gave us any tokens." She turned to Luhua. "Did Master give you a token, or anything?" He just gave her a blank stare. Qin Nan cleared his throat. "Ahem. Forget it. I'll handle this. Technically, we're still in the Da Zhou Empire's territory. Our status as students of the Martial Academy should be enough to get us through." He confidently approached the guard. "Greetings, big brother. We're students from the Da Zhou Martial Academy. Could you let us pass?" The guard's face didn't change. Identity token. A bead of sweat trickled down Qin Nan's face. "Ah, we left in a bit of a hurry. Forgot to bring it." The guard jabbed a thumb towards the massive crowd. "Look behind you. I've heard I'm a student from the Martial Academy no less than 100 times today. I've had a dozen so-called masters from the academy, and another dozen royal guards. We even had one guy claim he was the crown prince. We dealt with him." Qin Nan's face burned with embarrassment. The guard jabbed a finger in his direction. "So tell me, what makes you so special?" Qin Nan's spirit sank. Asterisk all this way to the spirit ruin, and I can't even get past the front gate. Am I really going to have to fight my way in? Just then, Ruyun offered a solution. If this doesn't work, we can just force our way through. The cultivation of these guards is low. They can't stop us. She glanced at Lu Hua. What do you think? He responded with a simple nod. I agree. All right then. It's settled, Qin Nan declared. But just as he braced himself to charge, a hand gently landed on his shoulder, startling him. It's only been a few days, and you're still as reckless as ever. Qin Nan spun around. Lady Qiong Yuan. She smiled. I didn't expect to see you here. I assume Master Lu Ren sent you. That's right. Master Liu sent us for some practical training. And you, Lady Qiong Yuan, what brings you here? She explained. Oh, I'm here with Leng Dao. We are representing the Da Zhou imperial family in this expedition into the spirit ruin. Leng Dao offered a nod. Qin Nan. It seems our paths cross again. Please, look after me. Qin Nan scratched his head, embarrassed. You're too modest, my lord. You're one of the 4 great grandmasters. I should be the one asking for your guidance. At that moment, a venomous voice cut in. Well, Qin Nan, fancy meeting you here. He strode toward them without hesitation. Qin Nan's eyes widened. Wang Zhu, it's you, the alchemist smirked. Indeed, it is. What's wrong? Scared? Qin Nan pointed an accusing finger. Humph. Just you wait. Sooner or later, I will cut out a cancer like you from the Da Zhou Empire. Wang Zhu crossed his arms, laughing mockingly. Is that so? I'll be waiting. But first, you have to enter the spirit ruin. Whether you can survive to leave it is another matter entirely. Qiong Yuan looked between them. You to have a history, he replied. Nothing major. Just ... a difference in our alchemical ideals. Isn't that right, Qin Nan? Qin Nan scoffed in disgust. Words are cheap out here. Let's settle this inside. Agreed, Qiong Yuan said, stepping forward. She presented a token to the guard. Let the 6 of us pass. The guard's eyes went wide at the sight of the imperial crest. Your Highness, the princess. He immediately dropped into a deep bow. Please, right this way. As Qin Nan walked past, he couldn't resist a parting shot. See, I told you we were students from the martial academy, but you wouldn't believe me, he taunted. The guard scrambled to his feet, practically hugging Qin Nan's leg. You were right, my lord. It was my mistake. I was blind. The group finally stood before the entrance to the spirit ruin. It was a colossal, ancient structure. Ning Ruyun gasped in awe. This is the gateway to the spirit ruin. It's magnificent. Noticing the crowds gathered nearby, Qin Nan asked, Who are all these people? Qiong Yuan explained. Most likely, they are the vanguards from the other major powers. The great sects had all arrived. The Great Flame Sect, the Blue Cloud Sect, the Zhao Tian Sect, even factions from the surrounding kingdoms were present, along with barbarian tribes from the northern desert. Tan Nam was taken aback. The Great Flame Sect sent a delegation to... He wondered inwardly who that unconventional sectmaster had dispatched this time. Ever since the 3 inner sect prodigies perished, the Great Flame Sect's overall strength had plummeted. Qin Nan announced to the group, The entrance to the spirit ruins is still sealed. It will likely be some time before it opens. We should find a place to make camp. Tan Nam agreed. All right, you all find a spot. I'm going to check on the Great Flame Sect disciples. Nuok Van immediately rushed to his side, linking her arm with his. Tan Nam, I'm coming with you. With such a beautiful girl so close, Tan Nam couldn't help but blush. All right, ... together. The young Luho was caught off guard by their public display of affection. Letting out a dumbfounded whimper. Inside the Great Flame Sect's main tent were Peak Lord Vim, Hu, and Han Batcock. Tan Nam pushed aside the flap and stepped inside. Excuse me, is this the Great Flame Sect's encampment? He strode in, without waiting for a reply. Han Badcock's face lit up with joy. Tan Nam, you're here too. He raised a hand to greet her, but suddenly, Batcock threw her arms wide and lunged into a hug. Whoa, I missed you. Like crazy. Batcock held onto him tightly. You never once came to see me after you left for the inner sect. I heard something terrible happened, that you even clashed with the Great Elder. To you damn Thursday. I didn't know if you were dead or alive. It's such a relief to see you in one piece. The tight embrace made Tannum's face flush a deep red. Batcock. You're hugging a bit too tight, ... I can't breathe. Startled, she quickly let go, leaving Tannum feeling a strange pang of disappointment. Sorry about that. It was only then that Batcock finally noticed the other girl. Ingong Nuok Van, you're here as well. I didn't see you just now. Nuok Van's expression darkened. Of course you would notice me. It's perfectly normal. After all, the only person you ever see is Tannam. Tannam felt a deadly aura radiating from Nuok Van's gaze and froze. Killing intent. This was some seriously intense killing intent. Ngong Nuok Van. What's going on? Is there an enemy here? Just as the tension reached its peak, Peaklor VM, whose laughter shattered the heavy atmosphere, ha ha ha, the passion of youth. It's truly something to behold. Tannam immediately clasped his hands in a formal bow. Disciple Tannam greets Peaklord VM who waved it off. Enough. Enough. There's no need for such formalities. You've already left the inner sect. You are no longer a disciple of my Jia Thatch Peak, Tannam replied with unwavering respect. Once a disciple of Jia Thatch Peak, I, Tannam, will always be a disciple of the Peak Lord. The man smiled. Well said. Vim, who thought to himself, Tannam's character is truly outstanding. Father was right about him. Tannam then changed the subject. Peak Lord, are you here to explore the spirit ruins as well? Indeed. The treasures within these ruins belong only to those with the strength to seize them. While the Great Flame Sect may not be a top-tier sect in the Daisho Nation, for the future of our people, we must fight for this opportunity. Even a small portion of the treasures would be a massive boon to our sect's growth. His brow furrowed. And more importantly, our greatest rival is also here. ... The Blue Cloud Sect. They are the top sect in the Daisho Nation, and they are constantly encroaching on our sect's resources. This time, they've come to seize the treasures of the spirit ruins for themselves. Tannam processed this, thinking, the number of powers competing this time is immense. A true gathering of dragons and snakes. It seems that obtaining the bloodline from these ruins will be far more difficult than I imagined. The Peak Lord spoke again. On another note, the sect master asked me to give you these. In his hands were the flowing flame sword and the flowing flame armor. Tannam was utterly stunned. The flowing flame sword. The flowing flame armor. But, ... These are sacred treasures of the Great Flame Sect. The sect master wants to give them to me. VM, who smiled. You rid the Great Flame Sect of the great calamity that was our former elder. In the coming battle for the ruins, we need you to be our spearhead. Besides, only someone with your unique talent can even wield these two items. Naturally, they belong to you. Batcock chimed in. Tannam, this is a show of the sect master's faith in you. Just accept them. Tannam no longer hesitated. All right, I will accept them. Please give my thanks to the sect master. He took the two treasures, his heart pounding with excitement. With these two Juan-grade treasures in hand, my chances of seizing the bloodline from all these factions have just skyrocketed. Suddenly, a flaming log was kicked through the air, crashing into their tent. Batcock cried out in alarm, No, the tent is on fire. She scrambled to find water to douse the flames. Outside, a crowd had gathered, and a voice boomed from the entrance. You worthless trash from the Great Flame Sect. Get out here now. VM, whose face darkened with rage. Who dares cause a disturbance at my sect's main camp? One of the men sneered. Well, if it isn't Peak Lord Vim, who himself. Fancy seeing you at these ruins in person. Another one chimed in with a mocking tone. Don't tell me the great flame sect has run out of worthy successors. The entire group erupted in laughter. Qin Nan asked, his voice laced with annoyance. Who are these people, to be so arrogant? Batcock explained, that's Vanthien Than, the head disciple of the Blue Cloud sect, the very face of their generation. A true martial arts prodigy, the kind you see once in 10,000 people. His cultivation base surpasses even some of their own elders. His current power is at the first level of the Soul Division realm. Qin Nan was stunned. First level, Soul Division realm. Isn't that nearly on par with the Great Elder, Tu Damn Thursday? His talent is truly frightening. Exactly. That's why the Blue Cloud sect dispatched him here. But be warned, ... He's known for being utterly ruthless. He has led raids on our sect's spirit stone mines on multiple occasions. Peak Lord Wiem, whose brow furrowed. So, what is it? Are you looking for a fight? He immediately summoned the spectral image of a giant white tiger, releasing an overwhelming spiritual pressure. Vanthien Than simply smirked. The Golden Spirit Tiger. So, Peak Lord Vim, who has also reached the Soul Division realm. As the Peak Lord stepped forward, his opponent responded in kind, instantly summoning the phantom of an Asura wolf. This is quite unexpected. The two tyrannical powers clashed, unleashing a wave of terrifying pressure. After a moment, Vanthien Than clicked his tongue and withdrew his phantom. He addressed the Peak Lord. I came here today with a simple message for your sect. We will be taking the treasures from these ruins. I hope you'll be wise enough not to stand in our way. Otherwise, your defeat will be catastrophic. Peak Lord Vim, who recalled his golden spirit tiger, his voice like ice, as he replied, Go back and tell your sect master. The Great Flame Sect is ready for you at any time. We can even settle all our debts, both old and new. Vanthien Than turned away arrogantly. Hayampiha, we'll see about that. With that, he and his followers departed. Han Batcock stomped her foot in fury. They're so unbelievably arrogant, the Peak Lord said. Our Great Yan sect is already at a disadvantage against their King Yun sect in the struggle for the Spirit Relics treasure. Restraining Yun Tancheng is something I definitely can't do alone. The rest will have to be left to the younger generation, like you. The three of them cupped their fists in unison. We disciples will not fail to meet your expectations. Qin Nan thought to himself, with my power at the second level of spirit ascension, defeating Yun Tianqing will be an incredibly difficult battle. My strength is still too weak, and I still have to face the Luo clan. Their power is formidable. I must seize this time to cultivate. With that thought, he cupped his fists. Sect Master, everyone, I must return to my training at once. Farewell. Qin Nan returned to his tent and took out a bottle of pills. It seems the sect master holds me in high regard to give me an entire bottle of Huang-grade spirit replenishing pills. One must understand, a single Huang-grade spirit replenishing pill is worth 100 spirit stones. This entire bottle holds 10 pills, making it worth at least 1,000 spirit stones. He poured out 2 pills, determined to reach the third level of spirit ascension today, no matter what. And with that, he consumed both pills at once. The next morning, Qin Nan opened his eyes. Excellent! His dungeon's capacity had increased by half, allowing it to hold even more spirit energy. His cultivation had successfully broken through to the third level of the spirit ascension realm. At that same moment, outside the Yu residence, a guard was sent flying by a vicious kick from a Luo clan member, knocked out of the game for good. The man shouted in fury, What gives a dog like you the right to block the path of our Luo clan? Luo Wufa rode forward on his horse, his voice cold as ice. Kill the guards of the Dezhou kingdom. You will take their place. The rest of you, follow me. His subordinate immediately obeyed. Yes, sir. The metallic temps of blood soon stained the ground, marking the beginning of a ruthless massacre. The entire guard squad was wiped out under the merciless blades, leaving the surrounding villagers frozen in terror, sweat pouring down their faces like rain. Amidst the chaos, Luo Wufa and his forces arrogantly flexed their power, marching straight into the fishing village. Suddenly, a general, who had yet to see the face of death, bravely rushed out and questioned them loudly. You have some nerve, daring to kill the soldiers of my Dezhou kingdom. The brave general blocked their path, continuing to preach reason. The heavenly might of Dezhou cannot be offended by the likes of you. Hearing this, Luo Wufa could only burst out laughing, his eyes screaming, what did he just say? The might of Dezhou. He leisurely dismounted, making an offer dripping with condescension. I might consider giving you a chance to surrender to my Luo clan, if you take back the words you just spoke. Though trembling like a leaf, the general stood firm, raising his sword and snarling, offending the might of Dezhou is a death sentence. The moment the word left his lips, Luo Wufa struck. A single, clean sword stroke sent the general to the afterlife. He then arrogantly declared, the Daiho kingdom will be annihilated soon enough. As for its heavenly might, how utterly ridiculous. He then scanned the terrified crowd, shouting, who else dares to stand in my way? The entire crowd held their breath in fear, let alone thinking of stepping forward. Luo Wufa spat out a single, contemptuous phrase. Humph, a bunch of peasants. He then casually slashed down the flag of the Dezhou kingdom. Turning to his men, he commanded, let's go. This spirit relic is now under our control. His soldiers erupted in a thunderous, mortal-boosted cheer. But suddenly, a voice echoed from out of nowhere, dripping with sarcasm. The Luo clan truly has an imposing presence. You think you can just take over this spear relic because you say so? It was none other than Princess Qin Yuan and our hero, Qin Nan, who had just arrived. Luo Wufa sneered. I wondered who it was. So, it's the famous princess of the Dezhou kingdom, is it? Well, does Dezhou also wish to compete with the Luo clan for the spirit relic's treasure? Princess Qin Yuan was no pushover. She snapped back. This spirit relic has always belonged to my Dezhou kingdom. Your Luo clan has no right to interfere. Luo Wufa just shrugged, his tone mocking. Well, that's a shame, because today, my Luo clan has interfered, and the treasure of this relic is already as good as ours. Seeing his unbearable arrogance, Qin Nan couldn't hold back any longer. With so many sects gathered here, your Luo clan wants to claim the relic's treasure all for itself. You talk a big game. Just then, the Qinjun sect's faction appeared. Yuan Tianqing interjected. Who said the Luo clan was alone? Am I, from the Qingun sect, not standing right here, he declared boldly. The Qingyun sect and the Luo clan have joined forces. As of today, this spirit relic belongs to us. You can all turn around and go back to where you came from. The surrounding crowd began to whisper, we're doomed. The Luo clan alone was hard enough to deal with. Now, they've allied with the Qingyun sect. I fear we stand no chance of competing now. That's right. I thought the Dezhou kingdom could protect us, but now it seems not even the Dezhou kingdom can stop the Luo clan and the Qinjun sect. Oh, if this continues, the Dezhou kingdom will fall sooner or later. The drama intensified as another major power arrived on the scene. My great Yan sect hasn't even spoken, yet your Qingjun sect is already making moves. It was none other than Sect Master Yanzi, along with Han Buku and the great Yan sect squad. Yanzi reassured the crowd. Everyone, do not worry. Today, the great Yan sect and the Daiho kingdom will join forces. You may all remain here in peace. Seeing the great Yan sect make its move, another sect joined the fray. My Shaoxian sect is also willing to aid the Dezhou kingdom, but the other side wouldn't be outdone. An old man roared. My Longming Pavilion supports the Luo clan. And so, the battle of alliances began. Shouts echoing through the air. I support the Dezhou kingdom. I support the Luo clan. I support. The air was thick with tension. Even Qin Yuan and Qin Nan were breaking out in a cold sweat. After a moment of choosing sides like picking teams for a game, Luo Wufa's face twisted into a smug grin. Princess Qin Yuan. It seems the number of people supporting my Luo clan is a little higher. The Daejo kingdom is on the verge of collapse. Ah. 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 Immediately, the Luo clan's supporters joined in, their raucous laughter echoing across the sky. Princess Qian Yuan's heart filled with indignation, and she could only curse them silently. If my father hadn't been so obsessed with chasing immortality, neglecting the kingdom, would we even be in this mess today? Suddenly, the gateway to the spirit ruins pulsed, spewing out countless streams of demonic purple energy. Qin Nan's ancestor immediately materialized, his voice a grave warning. This place is tainted. The evil aura is overwhelming, and a powerful spirit beast guards it from within. This is not the time to charge in recklessly. We must observe first. But Luo Wufa's eyes blazed with greed at the sight of the open gate. He raised his sword and roared, "Disciples of the Luo clan and our honored guests, the ruins are open. We're going in." With that, his entire group charged forward without a shred of hesitation. Leng Dao turned to his companion, Princess Qiang Yuan. "We should also make our move." She gave a firm nod. "Agreed. We cannot allow the Luo clan to seize the treasure first." Seeing this, Qin Nan desperately tried to stop them. "Princess Qiang Yuan, you mustn't go in now. It's a trap." But this only gave Yanzu another opening to flaunt his arrogance. He sneered. "Listen here, Qin Nan. Just because you fear death doesn't mean we do. If you're too scared to enter, then get lost." Ruin Ruyun looked at Qin Nan, her face etched with worry. "What should we do?" Qin Nan let out a heavy sigh. "We have no choice. We can't just stand by and watch the princess walk into mortal danger. We're going in to..." At that exact moment, the forces of the evil lord emerged from the shadows with a declaration of their own. "We're also going in..." The scene inside the spirit ruins was utterly magnificent, dominated by a colossal stone platform. All three of them stood upon a massive formation array, gasping in awe. "So this is a spirit ruin. The mountain range is endless. This place is enormous." Abruptly, a voice filled with immense pressure boomed from a giant demon, shaking the very fabric of space. "HMPH. Insignificant mortals, daring to shatter my tranquility." Qin Nan instantly recognized the terrifying power of the speaker, capable of projecting his voice across 1,000 miles. Meanwhile, Princess Qiang Yuan urgently asked Leng Dao, "Leng Ta, can you discern the strength behind that voice?" Leng Dao's reply was grim. "His power is absolute. He is on a level so far beyond me, I could never hope to catch up." Even Luo Wufa was trembling. "This voice, it feels like it's striking my very soul. Could it be the legendary soul echo?" The demon seemed to hear his words, and it mocked him in a playful tone. "Could it be the legendary soul echo?" Then, it announced the rules of the game. "If you survive this little game and earn my approval, I will bestow upon the survivor a grand prize from now on at set intervals. I will release one spirit beast for a total of 10. If you can survive their onslaught, you will have earned my approval and my gift. At the same time, I will send you all out of this place." With that, he channeled his spiritual power and roared, "Now, for the first spirit beast... begin." The sky was immediately engulfed by a thick, blood-red aura. A panicked Luo Wufa spun around to face Yun Tianqing. "What's happening?" The man's face was already deathly pale as he stammered an explanation. "My master once said that the danger levels of spirit ruins are divided into human, earth, heaven, demon, and God. 5 distinct tiers. This ruin is undoubtedly demon level or higher. Worse, it seems we've awakened the guardian spirit that suppresses this very place. It will use any means necessary to slaughter all intruders." The elder from the Dragon's Cry Pavilion was utterly terrified. Then does this mean we're all doomed?" Yun Tianqing tried to rally them. "What are you afraid of? My master said that although a guardian spirit is powerful, it is bound by the laws of heaven and earth. It cannot attack us directly. That is why it releases spirit beasts to deal with us. Do you really think the combined might of our sex, elders, and disciples cannot handle a few mere spirit beasts. The old man, though still pale with fear, forced a nod. You're right. You're right. They're just spirit beasts. What is there to fear? The words had barely left his lips when a fierce gale ripped past them, and a colossal thunder tiger, with wings on its back, charged in with blinding speed. Its target was none other than Luo Wafa's group. The first victim was the same elder from the Dragon's Cry Pavilion, who had just been boasting before he could even let out a scream. A massive paw, as large as an elephant's foot, slammed down, sending him to the netherworld in an instant. The soldiers who witnessed it were paralyzed with horror. What just happened? The Pavilion Master of Dragon's Cry, a master at the 9th level of the Spirit Transformation Realm, was killed instantly by that golden-winged heavenly thunder tiger. This beast, must be at least at the 9th level of the Spirit Transformation Realm, or perhaps even the Soul Division Realm. After finishing off the old man, the thunder tiger opened its maw, gathering a terrifying ball of spiritual energy. It unleashed a devastating attack, combining raw power and lightning, aimed directly at the Luo clan soldiers. They were all vaporized into dust before they could even comprehend their fate. Witnessing the spirit beast's apocalyptic power, Luo Wufa's face turned white as a sheet. To unleash such terrifying spiritual energy so casually, This spirit beast is definitely at the Soul Division Realm. He frantically waved his hand and screamed, "Retreat! Run for your lives!" And so, the entire group scattered and fled in terror. Meanwhile, Yanzu and Leng Dao's group ran into a grotesque beast that looked like a cross between a fish and a dragon. The moment it appeared, it went on a rampage, devouring countless people. Peak Master Yanzi immediately formed a strategy. Master Leng Dao, you attack its head. I will strike its abdomen. Following the order, Leng Dao instantly vaulted onto the monster's head, drawing his blade for a powerful slash. At the same time, Yanzu launched a relentless assault on its belly. But both were shocked. The monster's defenses were incredibly tough. Without a moment's delay, Leng Dao unleashed his ultimate technique, Ink Bone Slash. He poured all of his strength into a single, fatal blow to the monster's head. The spirit beast roared in agony as it was cleaved in two. Leng Dao landed gracefully, sheathing his blade and letting out a deep breath. Yanzu couldn't hold back his praise, worthy of being one of the 4 great masters. A golden-armored flood dragon of the Soul Division Realm, and you killed it in a single strike. Leng Dao humbly waved him off. Not at all. That one strike consumed 30% of my spiritual energy. If I encounter another spirit beast like that, I won't be able to last much longer. Qion Yuan looked at her fallen soldiers, her heart heavy with sorrow. That was just one spirit beast, and their losses were already so great. There were still 9 more to go. As for Qin Nan's trio, Ruyun and Lu Hua, they were being chased relentlessly by a wild boar. Lu Hua was so terrified she was about to cry. It's just a wild boar, yet it's at the 3rd level of the Spirit Transformation Realm. It's too powerful. Qin Nan was also gasping for breath. I never imagined the first spirit beast would be this strong. How are we supposed to handle the next 9? The 3 of them sprinted toward a large boulder. This is the spot. They suddenly split apart. The charging boar couldn't stop in time and slammed headfirst into the rock. Becoming dazed, Qin Nan shouted, "It's stunned! Now's our chance!" He instantly unleashed his 8 wastelands. Sword sweep. Lu Hua swiftly hurled his flying daggers. Bombarded by the sudden assault, the poor wild boar collapsed, unconscious. Ruyun sighed in relief. Phew, we finally took it down. That thing chased us for dozens of miles. Liu Hua plopped onto the ground, clutching his stomach and groaning. I can't go on. I'm starving. Ruyun's stomach rumbled in agreement. She was troubled. What should we do? We didn't bring any food. Just then, a bold idea sparked in Qin Nan's mind. He gazed at the motionless boar. How can living people actually starve to death? Our salvation isn't far away. It's right in front of our eyes. Elsewhere, Zichun's faction had also just finished dealing with their own prey by dusk, Zhao Zi remarked. The power of this spirit beast was certainly a challenge. The four of them sat atop the carcass of a giant bear. He sneered. I wonder if the others are even still alive. They're probably all done for, he. As night fell, in a corner of the forest, the fragrant aroma of roasted meat filled the air. Lu Hua chewed greedily on a large piece of meat while praising, the beasts here aren't just wild and strong. Their meat is absolutely delicious. Ru Yun shot him a glare. All you ever think about is food. Qin Nan suddenly frowned. Have you guys not noticed? He stared intently at the piece of meat in his hand. Seeing his serious expression, Ru Yun asked curiously, Qin Nan, what did you find? Qin Nan then poked out a yellow-colored stone from the meat. What is this yellow thing? I can feel a powerful wave of spiritual energy from it. The old ancestor immediately explained, This is a beast core. It only exists inside mutated spirit beasts, because the spiritual ruins are overflowing with rich spiritual energy. The beasts here have also mutated as a result. This beast core is immensely useful. If refined into a pill, it can greatly enhance your strength. Qin Nan's eyes lit up. So that's what this is. This is a beast core. He closed his eyes, searching the memories of the Pill Ancestor's Handbook. A beast core can be refined into a pill, the Beast Spirit Pill. It can be used to increase a cultivator's spiritual power. He analyzed the situation. There's no time to find the other medicinal herbs, and there's no guarantee they even exist in these ruins. I'll just have to use the spirit beast's bones as a substitute ingredient. He turned to the other two. Help me get the bones from the spirit beast. I want to use this beast core to refine some pills. It can increase the strength of all three of us. Hearing this, they both agreed excitedly. Okay. Soon, the boar's skeleton was stripped clean. Qin Nan thought to himself, beast core and beast bones are ready. Next up is the refinement. He took out an alchemy furnace. Just 1 hour later, a powerful spiritual aura radiated from the furnace. Qin Nan opened his eyes and announced joyfully, Success. 3 5th grade. High-quality beast spirit pills were ready. He tossed one to each of them, saying confidently, This will definitely be enough. Ning Ruyun was so overjoyed upon receiving the pill. She leaned in and planted a quick kiss on Qin Nan's cheek. Qin Nan, you're a true genius. Kissed by a girl for the first time, his face turned bright red. He quickly dodged aside and coughed. Ahem. Hurry and take the pill. Qin Nan then swallowed the spirit pill. He felt a scorching energy, like a raging fire, spreading through his body. An overwhelming power surged from within him. He urged the other two, Ning Ruyun, Lu Hoa, cultivate now, while the pill's effects are at their peak. And so, the three of them sat down together and began to cultivate. Before long, Qin Nan had successfully absorbed the pure medicinal power. He exclaimed in amazement. The beast spirit pill refined from this beast core is truly domineering. In just one night, it allowed me to break through 3 minor realms consecutively, reaching the 5th level of the spirit transmission realm. He turned and asked Ruyun, How about you? She replied joyfully. It's incredible. I've reached the 4th level of the spirit transmission realm. Lu Hua also grinned from ear to ear. Me too! 4th level. Qin Nan, this pill of yours is miraculous. He humbly explained, It's not that my alchemy skill is amazing. It's that the beast core from this mutated spirit beast is just that powerful. If we can kill a few more mutated beasts and get more cores, our strength could continue to rise. Lu Hua wondered, if that's the case, as long as there are enough mutated beasts, couldn't our strength increase infinitely? Qin Nan shook his head. There's no such free lunch in this world. For the same type of pill, the more you use it, the weaker the effect. This was our first time using the beast spirit pill. That's why we had such a significant boost. The second time, the effect will be halved, and after that, it will become almost negligible. Ruyun clapped her hands excitedly. I get it. Next time we see a mutated spirit beast, we have to do everything we can to kill it. Amidst their cheerful conversation, Qin Nan suddenly felt a wave of killing intent. He warned, Something is heading our way. Everyone be on guard. He glanced over and saw a familiar, chaotic scene. Luo Wufa's group and Yan Tiancheng were being chased for their lives by that same golden thunder tiger from before. Luo Wufa was on the verge of collapse. He lamented, "This golden-winged thunder tiger has been chasing us for a whole night. How much longer is this going to last?" Yun Tanqing said, "Running like this isn't a solution. We have to shake this monster off fast." Just then, Luo Wufa spotted Qin Nan up ahead. A dark thought flashed through his mind. He smirked wickedly. "Even the heavens are helping me. Let's lead this beast to Qin Nan. That way, not only can we escape this monster's pursuit, we can also conveniently get rid of Qin Nan." Yun Tanchang also smiled slyly. "Excellent. Let's do it." And so, they began steering the tiger directly toward Qin Nan's group. Even Qin Nan was startled. "Whoa, this tiger is way bigger than the boar we fought. No wonder Luo Wufa is being chased so desperately." Ruyun shouted urgently, "Qin Nan, they're running towards us." From a distance, Luo Wufa yelled, his voice filled with glee, "Qin Nan, get ready for a gift." Ha 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 ha! As they got close to Qin Nan, they pulled their old trick and suddenly split up. Qin Nan's heart sank. Not good. They're luring the tiger to us. The golden-winged thunder tiger charged forward, straight at Qin Nan, its razor-sharp claws extended. With no time to dodge, he could only unleash his 8 wastelands sword sweep to defend himself. But the tiger's power was overwhelming. He only held on for a few seconds before he was sent flying. He crashed hard into a massive boulder, cracking it on impact. "Qin Nan!" Ning Ruyun cried out, rushing to his side. Seeing they had successfully passed the burden to Qin Nan, Luo Wufa's group laughed with glee. "Hey, it worked!" The golden-winged thunder tiger was drawn to Qin Nan as planned. "Finally, we've escaped that demonic beast's pursuit," Van Thienthan asked, still catching his breath. "What is our next move?" "Our losses were staggering," Lac Vo Fap replied coldly. "We need time to recover. As for that fool Qin Nan, challenging the golden-winged heavenly thunder tiger is a death sentence. He is no longer our concern. With that," he commanded his group, "let's move!" But back on the battlefield, the fight still raged. Ingong Nuok Van courageously unleashed the heavenly thunder punishment. "To draw the beast's wrath," she roared at her companion. "Lu Ho, get Qin Nan out of here! Now! I will keep the golden-winged heavenly thunder tiger occupied." Lu Hua couldn't stand to leave her, but she roared, giving him no room for hesitation. "No buts! Just go. Now." He had no choice but to help Qin Nan up. All right. I'll get Qin Nan out of here." But before Lu Hua could even take a step, a spray of Rue Yun's fresh blood splattered across his face. "Hu! Yen!" Qin Nan cried out in shock. She had been swatted away by the monstrous tiger. Rue Yun. Qin Nan roared. He instantly threw Liu Ei's hands off him and charged straight towards her. The frenzied tiger sent him flying as well. Qin Nan collapsed in a heap, blood endlessly pouring from his mouth. Watching his 2 comrades fall, Lu Hua screamed in utter despair, "Qin Nan!" The tiger then bared its sharp fangs and lunged towards him. Lu Hua was frozen solid, able to do nothing but weep in helplessness. "I'm going to die. Is this how I die?" In his darkest moment, a single tear fell, and a warm voice echoed in his mind. "War! You must believe in yourself." He recalled his aunt's words of encouragement. "War, you can do this." Then, an image of Lu Ruan patting his shoulder appeared. "Hua, or, ... You can definitely use the peak reversal." As if jolted awake, Lu Hua clenched his fists. At that moment, the tiger was gathering a colossal orb of spirit energy. The spiritual power in Liu Hua's body also began to awaken. "I can do it. I must believe in myself. I will absolutely unleash the peak reversal." The great tiger launched its devastating attack, and at the same time, Lu Hua created an unbreakable defensive shield. The two torrents of power collided. The clash created an earth-shattering explosion. The blast shocked Ruo Yun back to consciousness, and she cried out Lu Hua's name. Qin Nan also screamed in a panic, Lu Hua. When the dust settled, Lu Hua was, thankfully, completely unharmed. He leaped into the air, taunting the tiger below. It was unbelievable. The chubby little Liu Hua of the past had transformed into a martial arts prodigy with an awe-inspiring aura. He roared, "You dare bully my brethren? Then you will die." He hurled a throwing dagger, its immense power creating a giant phantom of a fire sparrow. It shot directly at the tiger. The beast could only freeze and watch as the dagger flew towards it. The blade pierced straight through its head, and the massive tiger let out one last, agonizing roar. And finally, it collapsed. The golden-winged thunder tiger had been slain by Lu Hua in a single strike. The young man crossed his arms and smiled smugly. "Hey, I'm just that cool." After felling the tiger, he moved Qin Nan and Ruo Yun to a large rock and took out a bottle of pills. "These are bronze wound pills from my aunt. Here, take them." They both took a pill and swallowed. A moment later, Qin Nan and Ruo Yun had both recovered, thanking Lu Hua profusely. He scratched his head, looking apologetic. "If I had recovered my strength just a little bit sooner, you wouldn't have been so badly injured." Ruo Yun comforted him. "This wasn't something you could control. After being gone for so long, filled with so many doubts and curses, your true power has finally erupted today." He smiled cheerfully. "That's right. If my aunt could see me like this, she would definitely be very happy." Qin Nan clapped him on the shoulder. "Don't worry. When you go back this time, she'll definitely see you in a new light. If we just take the bones of this golden-winged thunder tiger, I can refine 3 spirit beast pills. Our strength can ascend to another level very quickly." Qin Nan had finished refining the pills. He said, "The refinement was a success. These are high-graded 8th-rank pills. Their effect is even better than before." And so, the 3 of them resumed their cultivation. This time, Qin Nan successfully broke through to the 7th level of the Spirit Conduit Realm. Ruo Yun ascended to the 6th level of the Spirit Conduit Realm, and Liu Hua, not to be outdone, also reached the 6th level. Qin Nan declared, "It's time to settle our score with Luo Wu." At that exact moment, the mocking voice of the Spirit Guardian echoed once more. "You, crickets, and ants. These first spirit beasts were merely an appetizer. The real challenge is only just beginning. I hope you don't disappoint me!" It makes the show much more entertaining that way. Ha 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 ha. He laughed with manic glee. The second wave of spirit beasts began, and another golden-winged thunder tiger appeared. It blocked the path of Luo Wufa's group. He was so shocked, he was speechless. "How can this be? Why is it another golden-winged thunder tiger?" Yun Tianqing asks frantically. "Do we fight, or do we run this time?" Luo Wufa gritted his teeth. "Even if we run, ... we'll just be hunted down like before. This time, we fight." Qin Nan's group had already caught up, and he smirked at the scene before them. Luo Wufa is struggling up ahead. "How about we give him a taste of his own medicine?" Ruo Yun giggled mischievously. "I think we can." Lu Hua also joined in. "Hee hee. I would love to do that." Luo Wufa was fighting for his life, roaring at his allies. "Hold the line. Although this thunder tiger is ferocious, ... its stamina is limited. As long as we can resist, it will grow weaker, and we'll have a chance to kill it." Yun Tianqing was already exhausted, screaming, "Hold on tight." At this critical moment, Qin Nan's trio appeared. "Oh, it seems you're having a very intense fight. Do you need our help?" Luo Wufa turned around, his jaw nearly hitting the floor in shock. Qin Nan faced a golden-winged thunder tiger at the spirit-severing realm and survived. "How is that possible?" Yun Tianqing, with his feigned innocence, said, "General Luo, for Qin Nan to survive that tiger, he must have his own methods. If he agrees to help us, We can definitely turn this crisis into an opportunity. We have to kill this tiger. Our survival is what matters most. The two guards chimed in. That's right, General Luo. Just with our group, we can't possibly withstand the Thunder Tiger's attacks. Luo Wufa ground his teeth, his heart filled with seething hatred. How could this be? That Qin Nan killed the 3 sons of my clan's patriarch. He is the #1 enemy of my Luo clan. Before he could decide, Yun Tiancheng had already shouted in desperation, "Qin Nan, get over here! We can't hold on any longer." At that very moment, the tiger clamped its jaws around a member of the Luo clan, who let out a terrifying scream. Luo Wufa was enraged, thinking to himself, "Damn it, I can't just stand by and watch the Luo clan's children die one by one. I have to live, so that I can have my revenge." Finally, he swallowed his hatred and agreed to cooperate with his enemy. "Qin Nan, hurry up and help." Qin Nan stepped forward with a smirk. His voice dripped with sarcasm. "HMPH, as you wish. I'm here." He turned to Ruel Yun and said, "If the second wave of spirit beasts has arrived, then the storm targeting us is about to begin." The words had barely left his lips when a savage roar erupted from the bushes. Qin Nan smirked. "It's here." A colossal flame-horned boar king charged out. He turned to Lu Hua and Ruho Yun. "Let's go. We'll lure this spirit beast to the other side." They were just as excited. Hee, let's do this." Luo Wufa spun around, his face draining of color as he saw Qin Nan leading the enraged boar. "Qin Nan, you! What in the world are you doing?" Qin Nan glided past him, leaving behind a chilling warning. "Luo Wufa, for what you did to me before, stay away from me." At the same time, the Golden-Winged Thunder Tiger had finished off the remaining guards. Luo Wufa was now trapped between 2 ferocious beasts. He couldn't believe his eyes. How could this be happening? He roared in pure hatred. "Qin Nan. Qin Nan, I will kill you." After successfully delivering their gift to Luo Wufa, Qin Nan's group made a swift retreat. Ruel Yun seemed a little worried. "Qin Nan, if Luo Wufa doesn't die, he'll probably hunt you down relentlessly." Qin Nan replied calmly, "I know. In fact, I believe with his strength, those 2 spirit beasts definitely can't kill him. Besides, the Luo family captured members of the Qin family. They took my father. The Qin and Luo families have long been sworn enemies. Even if he doesn't come after me, I'll have to find a way to kill him." Lu Hua puffed out his chest, making a vow. "Don't worry. Your enemy is my enemy. I, Liu Hua, will help you destroy them." Qin Nan clapped him on the shoulder and laughed. "Ha! I like this new attitude of yours, my good brother." Ruo Yun asked again. "So, what's our next move?" "There are 10 waves of spirit beasts in total. This was only the second wave. The spirit beasts here are incredibly powerful," she added worriedly. "I don't know if we can last until the end." Qin Nan explained, "The only way out of this spiritual ruin is to obtain the treasure hidden within it. Once we have the treasure, the main gate of the ruin will open again. Then we can leave, and we won't have to worry about the spirit beasts here anymore." Lu Hua said seriously, "The most important thing now is to increase our own power. We're still far too weak. A single random spirit beast here is already close to the Soul Division realm. The place where the treasure is hidden must be even more dangerous." Qin Nan agreed. "You're right. Let's find Qian, Yuan now. There's strength in numbers. All right, let's go." The scene shifts to Zhao Zi's group, who had also successfully defeated the second wave spirit beast. Dao Lai, Shiji, and Dunbao were panting heavily. "Lord Z, this spirit beast was too strong. If you weren't here, the 3 of us would have died long ago." He answered with disdain. "You 3 are just too weak. It's perfectly normal to be beaten by a Soul Division realm beast." Zhao Zi pulled a beast core from the creature's body. "However, what surprises me most is that the spirit beasts in this ruin actually possess beast cores. These can be used to refine beast spirit pills, which should be enough to raise your power levels. Hearing this, the three lackeys were overjoyed and knelt to thank him. Thank you, Lord Z. Zhao Zi immediately began refining the pills for them. After a short period of cultivation, all three broke through to the next realm. Tao Lai reached the 9th layer of the Spirit Ascension realm. Shiji showed off her new power with delight. Amazing! The beast spirit pills refined by Lord Z are truly incredible. She had reached the 8th layer of the Spirit Ascension realm. The boar, Dun Bao, was not far behind. Also reaching the 8th layer, he grunted with determination. Qin Nan, just you wait. This time, I definitely won't lose to you. Elsewhere, Leng Tao was facing off against a powerful wolf. Many of his soldiers had already fallen. After a fierce battle, Leng Tao finally unleashed a decisive strike, tearing the wolf into pieces. He reported to his peak master, the spirit beasts are getting stronger. This wave's beast reached the 2nd layer of the Soul Division realm. They're becoming harder to deal with. I might have to use my divine soul power in the end. Peak Master Yanzu said with concern. Master Lang is too humble. I had to use my Golden Star Spirit Tiger Divine Soul long ago. But even then, dealing with a 2nd layer Soul Division beast is a struggle. Yet Master Leng Tao can kill one without using his divine soul. You are truly worthy of your title. At the same time, Hong Buke was severely injured. Kyung Yuan cried out, "Everyone, over here!" Yan Zhao. Han Buke is hurt. He rushed over immediately. Buke, he quickly took out a medicinal pill. This bronze wound pill can help you recover. Take it quickly. Kyung Yuan supported Han Buke and told Yan Zhu, it's useless. We already gave her one. Her injuries are too severe. This bronze wound pill can't heal something this critical. He grew anxious. Then what do? We don't have any healing medicine more advanced than the bronze wound pill. Leng Tao, standing nearby, spoke up. The only way is to find an alchemist. A pill refined on the spot would be superior to a bronze wound pill. Something like a silver immortal pill. Kyung Yuan turned to Wang Zhu. Do you know how to refine a silver immortal pill? He just shook his head and shrugged helplessly. Every art has its specialist. I've already poured all my spiritual energy into refining longevity pills for His Majesty. But he thought to himself, humph. Even if I knew how, I wouldn't waste my spiritual energy refining some silver immortal pill. I need to save my power to deal with these life-threatening spirit beasts. Qian Yuan shot him a disgusted look. Hump! Useless! Wang Zhu began to tremble with rage. Damn it! What did you say? I am the royal preceptor of the great Zhou kingdom. Even if you're a princess, you can't insult me like that. She paid him no mind. Her heart filled with worry. Qin Nan, where are you? Just then, a familiar voice called out, Princess Qian Yuan. Did you miss me? Qian Yuan turned around, overjoyed. Qin Nan, you're here. Han Buke is seriously injured. The normal bronze wound pills have no effect on her anymore. Qin Nan rushed to her side. Buke, I'm here. He quickly checked her injuries. Her arm was dislocated. There weren't many external wounds, which meant her internal organs were likely damaged. A common bronze wound pill truly would be useless. Han Buke regained consciousness. She tried to speak. Qin Nan, I'm fine. You don't need to worry about me. The moment she finished, she coughed up a mouthful of blood. Qian Yuan looked at Qin Nan, her face pale with worry. Can you concoct the silver immortal pill? Right now, only a silver immortal pill can heal Han Buke's wounds, he said, his voice laced with despair. I know the formula for the silver immortal pill. I might even be able to refine one, but the resources to make it simply don't exist in this ruin. A 1-star silver immortal pill. Peak Lord who clenched his fists, blaming himself. Damn it, it's all my fault for not protecting my disciple. If I can't even protect Buku, then I'm not worthy of being a peak lord. In desperation, Kaiyun Yuan asked Qin Nan, is there really no other way? Suddenly, a thought struck Qin Nan. That's right. We can use beast cores to refine a beast spirit pill. This beast spirit pill can not only advance one's cultivation realm, it can also heal injuries. Princess Qiang Yuan, when you killed those spirit beasts, did you happen to find any golden crystals inside them? Leng Tao immediately chimed in. Are you talking about the beast core found inside spirit beasts? Qin Nan nodded. Yes, the beast cores. Leng Tao quickly took one out and handed it to him. We discovered these earlier, but we thought they were useless without an alchemist. However, Princess Qiang Yuan thought an alchemist like you might have a use for them, so she told me to collect them. Qin Nan was overjoyed. This is perfect. With these cores, I can create beast spirit pills and finally heal Hanbuku. Wang Zhu, watching from the side, thought to himself, so beast cores have this kind of benefit. Perhaps I could use them to modify my longevity pill. A short while later, Qin Nan had completed the refinement. It's done. A total of 4 top-grade beast spirit pills, just enough for one each. They are potent enough to heal your wounds and will even grant you a massive surge of power. Qiangguan then took one of the pills. She carefully brought it to Buka's lips. Here, hurry and eat this beast spirit pill. Buku swallowed it, and the pill instantly radiated a powerful spiritual aura. It enveloped her body, mending her wounds from within. Hanbuku cried out in astonishment. This beast spirit pill is miraculous. I feel the pain in my body has completely vanished. My cultivation has even broken through to the 3rd level of spirit transmission. Overcome with emotion, she lunged forward, throwing her arms around Qin Nan. He was taken completely by surprise. Qin Nan, you're truly incredible. But nearby, a dark and terrifying jealousy flared in Ning Ruyun's eyes. Her glare was so intense it even frightened Lu Hua. Qin Nan could only cough awkwardly. Ahem, it's good that you're all right. That's all that matters. From a distance, 2 pairs of eyes watched them from the shadows. It was Luo Wufa and Yun Tianqing. Luo Wufa hissed with resentment. So that's how that bastard Qin Nan is so strong, and how he survived the golden-winged thunder tiger. It was all because of these beast spirit pills. Yun Tianqing grinned wickedly. Brother Wufa, if we could obtain such pills, our strength would undoubtedly leap to a whole new level. He continued with a sinister laugh. Without that Master Ling Dao protecting him, we can definitely kill Qin Nan and avenge our fallen brothers. That's right. That brat lured the beasts. He's the reason our people and your sect brothers are dead. Qin Nan must die, Tianqing declared. They'll probably consume all the beast spirit pills soon. We must strike now and seize them. Luo Wufa then said to Tian, my divine soul is better suited for defense, not for ambushes.